So Project Saluki, Xbox this to digital. It's happening, it seems. And man, oh man, is PlayStation in trouble?
Wake up, it's a brand new day. Crazy Lou's here, got something to say. Good morning, gamers, rise and shine. It's time to play, let's have a good time. Morning, gaming community. With Crazy Lou, it's a world of unity. Upbeat and lively, we're feeling so free. In the world of games, we're just meant to be. Grab us, come and eat a scene. Crazy Lou is ready, it's a gaming scene. Plume's trading people where your skin. All recent gaming go, rates and pay top mean. Good morning, coming moving. It's a world of unity. Upbeat and lively, we're feeling so free.
Initiating launch sequence.
Let's begin. Good morning, everybody. Also tuning in, even the crazy one. I seem to lost my voice today. Let's see if it comes back though. I mean, it's been crazy. Chat, just to let y'all know, fair warning. I don't know what in the blue hell is going on with the internet. But since yesterday, the phone companies in general, not only the phone company provider I'm part of, but literally like in general is having issues with the internet. I've been here for the last 25 minutes fixing the internet to get the show going. I was this close to canceling the show today or figuring out because I couldn't even go in my phone to say, hold up, have internet issues at home. And the internet at home was having issues too. So I don't know what happened. I unplugged for the last 25 minutes and it's working. So let's hope so. It lasts long because seriously, this is annoying that this keeps on going. David Cohen, good morning, my brother. He says, I hope stop killing games to seats as stopping video games from being digital only because it's confirmed by Sony that in early 2028 and beyond will be nothing more than digital downloads. They cannot do that though, David. You cannot stop a company from making decisions like this. And not only that, the only way you can do that is if you get consumers to go buy physical. That's the only way you can get that. And while it's not happening, then you cannot say they need to stop that. What they can do is that if they have digital games only, they can say, okay, you cannot kill this game and just leave it to die. That's what they can do, you know? That's it. Them ponies hack your system. No. That has nothing to do with ponies hacking my system or anything. It's a problem in general in the country. We got issues with the phone company. No joke, we all do. Yesterday, while I was driving, I couldn't even receive phone calls, nothing. It's been an issue since last night. I don't know what they're going to do, if they're going to reset or not. I just hope they do it soon so we can all move on with our lives and not having this problem. So, Apex NYC, good morning. Talos, the man with the ray. What's up, baby? How you doing? If you think about it, well, it's understandable why games are digital and need patches to get them running and playing well at the same time. 360 have no issues on Series X with updates. Louis, that was a funny show earlier with oh, you had fun, huh? You had fun. Oh man, chat. Yesterday's show on New Legal. Some pony came in, threatened Legal with the bat, gave him his address, and said, come over here, I'll swing a bat at you, because he was mad about the physical problem. Seriously, he was furious about the That was some funny shit. That was a funny shit. Pang 9113, good morning. How you doing, bro? You Bay, what's up? Did you already shut down Stop Killing Games? Yep, they did that too. Everyone, Eric, what's up, Eric? How you doing? Ryu Gaming says ponies dead, killed by PlayStation dead, killed by ponies. They ain't killing shit. They ain't killing shit. They're not. They're not. At the end of the day, listen, it's just a bunch of people out there talking bullshit. Because kind of funny though, the same people who are saying, "Oh, we're not getting physical games," are the same guys that are getting digital codes. That's the thing I don't understand though. I don't understand. I think John Linneman from Digital Foundry even put a post about physical games. I'm like, bro, you talk about codes all the time. You say this all the freaking time on your channel. Well, we did not get a code for the Xbox. Well, we did not get a code for the PlayStation. Oh, we did not get a code to review this game. I mean, you guys keep on saying that, so why the hell should you care about physical games? Jesus Christ. Laman Davis, good morning. How you doing? What's up? What's up? Preston Wood, good morning. McFig, good morning. Yep. So, come get me, Louis. I'm at 1060W Addison, Chicago. All right, man. I'll go get you, man. After I go get you, what we're going to do? We're going to head to have beers, go to a sweet restaurant, you know. Which one is John Litterman? Is he the one with the yellow teeth or is he the one with the... I do not know who he is. Because Yubei, to be honest, though, I don't care what their names are. I'm at that point in life where I just don't care. Because the only thing I know is that is an anti-Xbox channel. We know this for a fact. Because they use their content to cause these wars and this stuff. They do that. So, hell to them. I don't care who they are. I don't care what their name is. I don't give a damn about that. Shit. So the difference just shows for whatever corp is paying. Exactly. There you go. Chat. Later on during the show, I'm going to show you something. Even though I don't like the dude. But he posted something out there that I was like, shit. Which literally tells us something that, you know, when people were saying that Xbox tax does not exist, shit. What I read yesterday, I was like, oh, shit. That explains a lot, though. What a way to start the morning. My medical cab canceled on me last minute for a serious appointment. But are you okay, though, Hard Dust? You good? You know, everything's fine. You good? Because, you know, that's kind of like, you know, yeah. 3 of the 4 dudes from Digital Front look like the before picture of an Ozempic guy. Which Ozempic does not work, chat. It does not. That shit don't work. That shit does not work. Yeah, why so serious? What's up? Good morning. So, chat, look. The last 24 hours have been beautiful, have been sweet, have been nice because, shit, at least for once, we got to have fun. What I mean we got to have fun is we got to see a lot of people out there crying. We got to see a lot of people go out there, bitch, moan, complain, and all this shit. We got to see people saying hashtag no PS6. I ain't buying that stuff, which, bro, you are buying it. Shut up. You know you do. You are. Or canceling PS Plus. Like, Sony gonna give a fuck if you cancel your PS Plus. Come on, man. What's up with that? Sempic makes you look like a ghoul when it works. Nah, that shit don't work. Shit. I'll tell you that because I used the Sempic and it doesn't work. Now I'm using Monjaro, and Monjaro at least cools down my appetite. But to be honest, though, the bicycle riding is what's working. I'm riding bicycle every day, and I have lost weight, and I keep on losing weight. I'm riding a bicycle every single day, chat. That's what I'm doing. From 4 to 7, I'm go out, go to the park, ride my bicycle, come back home. I'm doing 60 kilometers, which is like 34 miles on a bicycle. Every day, chat. And that's what's helping me lose weight. No joke. It's bicycle. That's it. That is it. I'm a pony, and Concord is Gotti. Oh, God's sakes, though. But chat, it's been beautiful. Why do I say it's been beautiful? Because look, for the last month, ever since Xbox had a showcase, ever since Xbox had a showcase, ever since Xbox started about doing the reset, we have been getting left, right, up, down, up, forward. Anywhere we go, we have been getting the news of Xbox being shut down, of Xbox laying off, about Xbox shutting down studios, about Xbox, Phil Spencer's tidy whities were not white, they were brown. We had every type of bad Xbox news we could have in front of us. But man, oh man, it could never beat what has happened the last 24 hours. But without for Wolf, we're going to get into that, my friend, right now. And let's start off with this news. Because man, oh man, like I said, it's been a beautiful 24 hours. Let's cover this, and then we move on forward to what's the great news of what Xbox has been working on. And we'll tackle the rest of what's been going on. So let's start off with this real quick, my chat. Let me bring this over here. Oh. 1 second, chat. 1 second, because finally it loaded up. Okay, good. Here we go. Perfect. Let's go. Woohoo. So, like I was saying, they're not happy at all. But you know what? We here laughing at them. Press on Wick with the $2 super chat. Ponies just can't face it. Hashtag no PS6. They buying that shit. That's the sad part, because they think that going out there complaining and thinking that they're going to backtrack on this. No, they're not. Because after I read this, I will go and explain why they're not going to backtrack on this again. Because you guys are just, seriously. So let's go. PlayStation is getting yelled at everywhere online. So here you go. You can see all these tweets of everybody complaining. This is so beautiful. Earlier today, PlayStation announced that it will stop manufacturing new physical video game discs starting in January 2028. Reactions to this online has been very, very, very negative. What do you want them to do? It's a business. If you guys don't see what's happening, shit. And it doesn't matter where you look, Sony's getting yelled at everywhere online by angry fans and players. For example, an official Sony account on Twitter posted a simple tweet teasing an upcoming release of the Spider-Man movie with a single spider emoji. This account gets a few hundred replies, but the Spider-Man tweet now has over 3,000 replies. And most of them are from people yelling at Sony from killing PlayStation games. Just 3,000 replies? 3,000? That's it? Wait a minute, hold on. I thought 92 million of PlayStation fans thought like these fanboys. What happened though? Uh-oh. Similarly, over an official PlayStation Instagram account where most posts got around 200, 300 replies. That's it? Oh, man. The most recent video shared by the company has amassed over 2,000 comments. That's it? And once again, most of them are very, very angry. Oh, they're so sad. They are so angry. Oh, poor little ponies. They are so angry. Man, grow the fuck up, man. Shit. Damn. Acting like 5-year-old kids, man. You think you with my physical games? You need to bring them back. You think PlayStation. And I'm being serious, though. I mean, if they pull back on it, I'll be like, they're going to take it away anyway. They will. Because at the end of the day, they know what's going on. They're not going to buy it. They're not. I'm being serious. They're not going to buy it. Because look, even though they can pull back on it and they say, okay, we're going to keep on producing some. You think that, let me see how many people are angry out there. So we got 3,000 people, right? 3,000 people on one area. We got 300 replies on another. So you think because you got 10, 50,000 people, they're gonna say, okay, let me start producing CDs for 50,000 people. 50,000 people. So hey son, Nishino, Yo, 50,000 people want CDs. Okay, let's boot up the factory. Let's just ship out 50,000 CDs. So you literally think Sony's going to go in with a mass factory that produces CDs for them, right? That probably, you know, when they hit a production, one production wave probably is like 100,000 to 200,000 CDs just to make 50,000 CDs so y'all can pick them up? Really? But okay, I mean, that's on you though. The most recent video on the PlayStation YouTube account, a trailer for a World of Tanks update, has over 300 comments, most of them yelling at Sony over the news. Usually these videos outside the biggest trailers gets less than 50 comments. Oh wow, because 300 comments, really? Here's sampling of the comments you can find everywhere from Sony posts. The PS5 will be my last PlayStation. Your decision to discontinue support for physical media and likely make the next generation digital only makes no sense to me. Yes, it does make sense, you dumbass. I mean, they warned you a year and a half ago. They've been telling us since a year and a half ago. Now that you guys, because you guys have a problem with Xbox, and you have Xbox in your mouth 24/7, and y'all have not looked at the situation on your side, that's your own fault. And we've been telling you here on this channel for the last, I guess since January, I've been telling you this. I'll say this, January, because, you know, that's when Sony decided to go to TCL and shit like that. I've been telling you, it's time for you all to look at your side. Stop looking at this side of the fence. Your house could be burning. Stop watching me cook barbecue for my friends over here and stop complaining about my meat and all that shit. Your house is burning. Y'all didn't listen? Well, I'm glad it's burning down on you all. And if Sony retracts to this, at the end of the day, we know that sooner or later, they're just doing this for you guys to pick up a PS6. And once you're in the PS6, they will announce they're leaving the physical media. I hope you guys aren't that stupid, but yes, you guys are. Sorry about that. I'm no longer considering upgrading to PS5 Pro since Sony will no longer be making physical games. Aww. Sony, I'm pretty pissed right now. What is this no CD future for video games? I'm convinced that the PlayStation 5 was my last console. No physical media means control over what I own. This is a great shame to Sony. Oh my God. My God. How many times have I told you guys, you do not own your physical media? You don't. You don't own it. You can own this. Here, let me put this example. For the last couple of years, the only thing you own is this plastic box, this beautiful plastic box, right? This beautiful plastic thing that covers the art from the plastic box. This beautiful thing that comes in the case so you can see the title. And this CD with this collar on it. That's what you own. But here, the inside of this CD is not the thing you own. You don't own this shit. You don't. It's been years now since they changed that. And I've said it before, and I've said it again and again and again, because if these guys decide to stop with the server that literally runs this CD, all you have is a CD with all this beautiful art, and that's about it. That's it. You don't have anything else. And it's been going on for years. Believe it or not, it's been going on for years. Some developers do pour their full games into the CD, yes. But some of them put part of the games into the CD, yes. So when you download it on your system, then you have to download the other half, which is online, which is a way to secure so that way you don't pirate it. They've been doing this for the longest of time. COD gives you a CD with only a 70 megabyte code in it. And once you put the CD in, it sends the code over to the server. The server says, oh, okay, here's your game, and you have to download the full game. If you guys have not noticed that, well, I'm sorry, because you guys do not read the fine print or try to learn how this works. Because you guys don't want to. You're so egotistical to say you are right that you don't sit down and read the room about the situation, which is funny as hell. So, let's keep it going. Things are bad as the PlayStation blog. A new post announced the latest collection of free games of PS Plus has nearly 30 comments. Oh wow, they put 30 comments in there. Ooh. There are a mix with some people calling out the selection of titles poor and some condemning Sony's decision to end physical games. The same is true of Sony's most recent TikTok video featuring Grand Theft Auto 6 as the game also skipping physical release. The comments there are a mix of anger about the physical version of GTA 6 being just a code in a box. Newer comments yelling at Sony over its recent announcement. It's the same story over the PlayStation Facebook page. Oh, that still exists? Okay. Where the most recent post is filled with people pledging to end their support for the company. Here's the funny part. They're just sitting there crying. That's it. They're going to sit there, cry. And how Broke Boy said it. This is only a 48-hour cry. Next week, they'll forget about it. And why do you think Sony said it now? Because I always say that Sony's very sneaky. Sony's very sneaky when it comes to their stuff, because right now they posted it. Why? Because next week we're gonna know what's gonna happen with the Xbox, and people will forget all about the situation. That's why they're out there chilling, waiting for the Xbox situation to happen, and watch how media shifts already to Xbox and totally forget about the whole Blu-ray physical shit. Just watch. That's what's gonna happen. I hope not, but yeah. Perhaps the funniest place I found someone yelling at Sony at the end of physical games was over on Sony's PlayStation official account, Twitter official account. Usually no one engages with it, and most recent post was Talladega Nights leaving theaters after a limited run only features 5 replies on July 1st. But the most recent response is from a user, Dark Crazy Man, who replied, "Good thing I own a physical copy then, huh? Damn, Sony can't get away from completely understandable online bullying from its angry customers and fans no matter where it posts. Since people don't like it, when you tell them that in the future, they won't really own their games, but they own the games they buy anymore and won't have any other option. What do you think? They haven't owned them for years. Good God. That's what I think. They haven't owned them for years, and the ones that are crying, basically the big dudes out there, they get codes to review these games. They get codes, and once they get their codes, oh, that reminds me of Jim Duggan. Sorry about that. I had to do that. But yes, they get their codes. Look, the writing has been on the wall. Check this out. Here we go, chat. Let's start from the beginning with this real quick. Simple and easy. 2 years ago, pretty much, I think I was already doing the morning shows. I think I talked about this. But, here you go. All right. Chat, this is December 11, 2024. December 11, 2024. LG stops making Blu-ray players, marking the end of an era. Limited units remain while inventories last. This was December 11, 2024. This all began with LG, and this all began with all the companies. Hold on, let me go look for something else, chat, so you guys can see, though. Hold on a second. So, Panasonic, give me another company that makes Blu-rays. Let me see if I can find this right now. Let me see if I can find it. Okay, here we go. So, no, that's not it. Let me go see if I can get it, because I did see an article about it yesterday. Now I can't find it though. We'll ship Blu-ray recorders this month. Ship was final. Oh, look. Here you go. This was another thing that happened right here that we did not catch up on. But yes, here's another one. Sony will ship its final Blu-ray recorders this month, exit from the Japanese market in the end of the era of a segment. This was February 11th, 2026. All right. Let me see if I can find the last one, which is the interesting one. Here we go. Here you go. So again, wow, this is way before too. It goes back to way before. I did not know this went this far, but here we go. So last one I'm showing you is this: Sony kills off Blu-ray, an optical disc for consumer market. An optical disc for consumer market, and this was happening in July 3rd, 2024. The news that I saw that they were getting away from doing Blu-rays, that they were getting away from that stuff for the consumer, was in January 2025. So I guess this goes way more back than what we thought it was. I'm not kidding you. So why do you think you PlayStation fanboys think that PlayStation will backtrack on this? Why? I mean, look, they can backtrack, and you guys are going to have a little win until you land to your PS6. And once you land on your PS6, they're going to go back and do this again. Why are they going to do this again? Because they know something is happening out there. I mean, look, you have people not buying physical for quite some time. And this is how things work in life. If something is not being bought and you're a company and you got people working in there, let's say you got 100 employees manufacturing CDs. So what are you going to do? Are you going to keep on those with 100 employees manufacturing CDs to not let it sell? How are you going to pay for that division if it's not selling? How? Explain that to me. How is that going to get paid? That electricity, that manufacturing. Oh, what? You're going to push more console sales to pay for that section? You're going to buy more games to pay for that section? I mean, you're buying a digital, so that's the only way you're going to do it? And Sony literally spewing out money using raw material, buying raw material to make these things? Because that's the thing you guys don't understand. You got to buy the raw material to make this crap. I don't know what the raw material is, but it's got to be not that expensive, but it got to cost money to produce 5-cent CDs and hope to God that you guys will buy it. I mean, it's time to get away from that. I mean, if 90% of the world, I mean, not 90, let's say 95% of the world are using more streaming services every day, why in the blue hell are they going to go and keep on making CDs? For who? Nobody's buying them. So that's money bad spent if you guys have not learned your lesson about that, but okay. That's how it is. I guess I'm falling sick because now I got a code. But yes, Sony has been exiting the Blu-ray market for quite some time because people are not buying it. And you want them to backtrack. Well, here comes some more news. Because Push Square did an investigation. And let me see if I can find it. Here you go. They did an investigation like we talked about it yesterday. And here is what they found out. Wow. Interesting right here. It says here, Sony's been planning all digital future for some time, unlikely to reverse the decision on game disc. Manufacturing plant in Austria retraining staff. If you hope the backlash to Sony's boneheaded decision to cease manufacturing games disc in 2020 could be reversed, a new report coming out of Austria makes it incredibly unlikely. The write-up claims that the company's facility in Thurgau, hold on, sorry about that, the pop-ups, has been preparing for this transition for some time. While the good news is it won't result in layoffs, which of course is good news, no layoffs are happening, it sounds like PlayStation is very committed to an all-future digital future. The report says that 600,000 disc roll-off Astra assembly line right now, and PlayStation accounts for roughly 50% of that. However, anticipate that 10% of those orders will remain in 2028. Anticipating this is retraining a staff to modify equipment to switch for optical microlens manufacturing, with the transition already well underway. Optical microlenses are used to focus and direct light in the smallest possible space, with one application being a car turn signal that is projected into asphalt. The worrying thing for fans hoping Sony changes course here is that employees are already being reassigned to the new technology now. meaning it's highly unlikely this particular facility will be able to go back. If planning around this has already been underway for several months, I think PlayStation may now be locked into the future, and that means no amount of external pressure is going to change the outcome. So there you go, chat. Why do you think these guys will go back on that decision? Because you guys put pressure on them? Because you guys are crying about it? Oh, I'm sorry. They're not going to do it. Sorry, man. They're not going to do it. So, good luck to you guys. And seriously, I hope they backtrack, though. To be honest, I hope they backtrack. I hope we get some physical media out there. You know, it's always nice to get the physical for the physical people who want to buy physical. I hope they do. But at the end of the day, no matter if they do or don't, they will still go on ahead and do it after you purchase the PS6. That's how they are. Period. No matter what. So, good luck to you all. So, Broke Boy says, Sony, Panasonic, Toshiba, yeah. That's it. The digital key is tied to MS account. Xbox account that login is installed. The disc is installed on another account. I feel like the Series S is still a great console. Can still last 3 more years. I hope Helix gets delayed until price can come down. I mean, if they are projected to release the Helix, they will. They will. And no matter what we go, man, I mean, shoot. We're in an era. And here's the worst part, though. Even though we believe the Helix can last a little bit longer, technology advances way too fast. I mean, chat, look at us. We're all of a sudden in, like, 2020, we were in a pandemic. Computers jumped from 9th gen to 13th gen, I think it was. I mean, I'm just trying to say what I saw or read, and I could be wrong what I'm saying because I'm not the biggest techie guy. I could be wrong what I'm saying though. They jumped really quick, and now all of a sudden, like from 24 to 26, we've been in a huge AI boom situation where we have Micron and all these assholes producing chips just for these companies and forgetting about the consumers. That's what I'm saying. Technology advances too fast, so. Not only that, we have these consoles that are 5 years old, expensive as hell. 5, 6, right now 6. Let's say 6. Fuck it. 6 years old, expensive as hell. I mean, shit. Nobody gonna invest into this. They can lower the price and they'll be like, yeah, but you know, it's 6 years old right now. Just wait for the new one. The new one's coming out soon, so yeah. Or if they come out and announce, okay, we give it two or 3 more years, which probably will say, yeah, you know, I'll probably go get it. But again, it's old tech. Shit. The longer the Helix is delayed, the more expensive it becomes. Memory issues will last through 2030. The Series X hasn't even reached its maximum power yet. Let's maximize and bring out the Helix. That's true though. What are we really getting from higher spec consoles? Well, what are we getting? We're gaining bathroom breaks. We're gaining Taco Tuesday. We're getting, I don't know what we're getting from that. Probably better graphics, though. Sony's going to push out their PlayStation PC sooner. This dumb BS like an eyelash and Gears E-Day having more detail than the whole character models of Gears of War 1 is what's killing the game. What are you talking about? That's what killing gaming are. What are you talking about, eBay right there? The Helix, I know that could lower the price just a little. Hounds can't cheap anymore. Look at the Steam Deck and ROG Ally X. That is so true. It cannot. It's cannot. Sony is going to, let me see, handhelds, aren't you okay? We don't want the handheld Helix. ROG Ally X is at least $1,000. That's great compared to Steam Machine, 100%. I don't know why gamers seem to think all of a sudden handhelds are some huge hit. Only Nintendo has a seat in that market. Everyone else has gotten their asses kicked. And these idiot PlayStation fanboys have no problem with the greed and Rockstar North when they should be against Rockstar greed. But no, they just had to simp GTA 6 by defending it. Of course, I mean, that's the game that's going to save their console. But I guess right now, there's no saving this because look at them. They're causing all this drama. And I sit here, I'm like, why are you doing this drama? You guys get codes. You download your codes. Why are you doing this drama? Just want people to click on your tweets? Shoot, man, you dumbasses. Oh, my God. That's assuming the Helix will come down. By the way, moving with cutting costs, I don't see that happening. Don't be surprised, guys. Helix is a cloud-based console that will definitely cut down the price. they'll probably have an option for a Helix console. It's going to be, you know, drop down. Probably. They probably will. I'm just saying they probably will, Chad. They probably will. They probably have an option like that. Because, again, some of us don't have the privilege to have cloud. If Xbox comes out with only a cloud-only console that you have to play the games with cloud, that means Louis fucked. Because I don't got cloud here. So I cannot support the console. I'm done right there. So what does that mean? I'm going to have to move to PC. I mean, that's the only thing I got to do. Hey, Big B Money, what's up, man? Good morning, my friend. How you doing? How you doing? Yeah. Let's keep it going, chat. Let's go to the fucking good news right here. Because this is what you call good fucking news. Finally, some good news from Xbox. Yay! Yay! Good news from Xbox, baby. Let's go. Says here, Project Saluki, a new Xbox Game Pass tier has been unearthed alongside a curious positron, potential disc-to-digital program, and it could be huge. You gotta love Xbox for their tech, man. That's what I say, though. That's why I'm happy on this side. No matter what people say about Xbox, I am happy for this shit. Why am I happy? Because damn, guys, look at this. I mean, I got Project Saluki happening. I got a positron happening, which is potential disc-to-digital program, and it could be huge. So that means that in the near future, I can grab this shit, install it on my Xbox, and I get my digital license on my... Oh, man. Oh, I love you guys so much. That means I have to put this CD in to install the game. Thank you, Xbox. This is so awesome. After that, I can just take the CD and put it in this box and just or throw it or give it away or whatever, sell it, which I probably get like $1 or $2 from this shit. This game is good though, to be honest though, you know. But hey, I got $1 or $2 though. So the discovery raises big questions about pricing, access, and how Xbox plans to evolve Game Pass. Ooh. Wait, didn't they say that a Game Pass was dying in a couple of months? Wasn't it this dude that said it? Jess Gordon? Okay, let's keep going. New Xbox CEO Asher Sharma has already hinted at a big China expansion for Microsoft's gaming operations suites and might be on deck for the first details. Sources familiar shared 2 new Xbox codenames with us recently, now verified inside the latest Xbox Insider builds. The first is Project Saluki. Saluki. That's a sweet name, Saluki. Yeah. Instead of saying salute or cheers, I can say Saluki. Hey, I like that name, which seems to be a brand new Xbox Game Pass tier. Says specified, designed for the Chinese market. Saluki seems to represent not one, but several Xbox Game Pass tiers and rewards specifically tailored for China's unique regulatory environment and gamer preference. Details beyond there are scant at this time. Sweet. Xbox Game Pass teams up with Discord Nitro. Indeed, China is an incredibly important and increasingly lucrative market for gaming companies. China is, however, incredibly tough. You know that? Incredibly difficult for Western companies to break into. Microsoft already has significant operations in China via Activision Blizzard in partnerships with the likes of NetEase and other Chinese staples. The specifically tailored Xbox Game Pass offering will likely revolve around titles that have been verified by Chinese regulatory rules and perhaps focus more heavily on in-game currencies and the like. Traditionally, China was a mobile skewing market, but recent games like Black Myth Wukong have seen China break into AAA core gaming in a big way. Some analysts project China could surpass the United States, the world's largest video game market, gaming market in 2026, with growth already outpacing traditional Western markets. For those of us already in the Xbox ecosystem, this is a bit of news might be more interesting to you. Codename Positron. Let's go. From what we can call could be some form to digital entitlement program. The details are incredibly scant right now, and investigations are ongoing. It might not be exactly as it seems right now from the details we've received, so take this as a huge pinch of salt and a healthy dose of speculation for now. Of course, because we always say this on this show, 100%. Even though we can see it, even though we're talking about it, and listen, the conversation is real. They're doing it. It seems to be real. It's there. They're working on it. But if it doesn't work, we get it. Period. We get it. If it doesn't work, that's cool. This is just a project, and if it works, they will throw it out there and get it working 100%. So yeah, this is interesting to read. Because at the end of the day, with everything that's going on right now, especially, you know, since you cannot own your physical media, since you cannot buy your physical CDs, since you can't, you know, buy this and have this thinking that what's inside of this, what I mean what's inside of this, not the disc and anything, what's inside the disc is yours. Yeah, you keep telling yourself that. Keep lying to yourself. Yeah. When they literally say it's a license, but okay. This project is interesting because at the end of the day, though, it's going to simplify us because we're going to have to, oh, let me go get the CD, put it in here because I already have the physical copy. Oh, no. Shit. Like I did with Metal Gear Solid, what was it? The other one. Not Phantom Pain, the other one? I forgot the name of that game now. Shit. Not Phantom Pain, the one before the Metal Gear Phantom Pain, the mini game that was released by Hideo Kojima, that I had to install the disc in order to play it. So yeah. But it will make sense. I thought expect to the next gen. Let me see though. Next gen Xbox keyless console PC hybrid to be without a disk drive. And this is what gets me a bit aggravated. Why do you have to seduce yourself to what people are saying out there? But okay. Hints I've received about the nature of the cross increasingly point to the idea that it will be a fully digital system. Hints? Seriously? Hints? Hints. Man, since the Xbox One, we'll be getting digital consoles. What do you... man, what I mean by digital consoles is that we did not have a disc drive. There was one Xbox One series that was a digital one with no physical disc drive. They did that. And we have an Xbox Series S. And we have an Xbox Series X that's digital. Yay! I mean, we know this. Come on. Come on. Hey, E-Ranks, good morning. How you doing, E-Ranks? What's up? Shout out to 60 people here on the show. Please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. Also hit that bell. Let's go. Come on, come on, come on. All right. We're close to 2,100. Let's go. We only need 5 more. Yesterday was 3. Now we need 5 more. Yep. Let me see. Similar to today's gaming PCs, laptops, and modern gaming devices, like everything else. Indeed, the industry for disc is on its last legs, with the Blu-ray sales resigned mostly go core console gaming. PlayStation itself is now reporting an 85% digital ratio, and Microsoft is likely even higher still. I will be incredibly surprised if the PlayStation 6 and Xbox keyless console have a disc drive by default, as the rise of Steam and mobile gaming have made the format increasingly outmoded. Has nothing to do with that. It's just that people just are not buying pretty much nothing physical. Same thing with movies. You got services, you got all this stuff. It's much more simple to go sub to the services. Back in the day when they had Blockbuster, we had to drive over there. Now we don't have to go there because it doesn't exist. And we're not going to go there to rent movies too to get that headache that we got to return that movie within 4 days. And if you return in 4 days, you get a freaking late fee. And you got to pay for the damn late fee, all the money in the world. Now we don't have that problem. All we got to do is go on. Oh, what's here? Okay. Oh, this doesn't have it? Okay, let me go to Paramount Plus. Subscribe. Let me go watch it on Paramount Plus. That's what people are doing. They're using Google search. PlayStation solution has been external drivers up until now. It's also a beneficiary of the Blu-ray consortium. Microsoft, conversely, has a license to the tech, increasing its cost. If this program is what it appears to be, it could be a method that existing disc-based gamers can bridge into the Xbox Helix ecosystem without having to give up on their content. Microsoft planned for a system like this with the Xbox One back in 2012, where users receive both physical and digital license for a game on disc. However, lending games and reselling games became a problem in the universe, and there was a healthy backlash against the program. A healthy backlash? Healthy? Now that the vast majority of people opting for digital first licenses, more ways to use digital license will probably be a welcome addition. Disc-based owners can access their games on the cloud or via Xbox Play Anywhere, for example, so they're often missing out. Exactly how this will work wholly remains to be seen. I presume Microsoft will need to somehow render the license on the disc defunct remotely after conversion. If they didn't, you would be in theory to be able to take the disc and share the license out to dozens of people for free entitlements. I can't imagine publishers will be happy with that. So clearly there will be some limitation if indeed it's real. Perhaps it will only work with the next gen Xbox Helix. It could also be a feature that reads the disc for an external USB-based Blu-ray drive, and while it's in, grants you digital entitlements temporarily for use on system without native dive, like the Xbox Series S, and assuming the Xbox Helix will try and find out more, starting with if it's actually even real. Steam is arguably the best platform right now for handling digital games. DRM. At least the side of GOG's DRM free mode. The fact you can share your Steam library with several family members is exactly what Microsoft was proposing with the Xbox One platform back in 2013. And I, for one, would like to see it come back. Perhaps this is the first step towards that kind of universe, but it's also possible we're reading way too much into what Positron is right now. So like I said, take speculation for now. So like I'm saying though, right? Let's see something right here. Okay, cool. All right. So like I was saying, chat, we're in a digital era, and we've been talking about it for the longest of time. We're in a digital era right now, and it's actually a pretty sweet move. It can actually come out with something that you can say, okay, let me put my CD in here so they can get my digital license, and I can have, I don't have to, grab my CD to install it into the console. And that way, little by little, I decide to install like all the things I have in there, so that way I don't have to go ahead and rebuy it in order to have it digital. That's something that's really cool. That's not bad at all. But I get the idea, because if you install this game on your Xbox thing, right? Probably the CD just becomes just a regular, like I said, CD. But there's people in there that just want to keep the CD to themselves, and they don't want to give it away, and probably are tired of installing this shit. Isn't that this uses after this to digital conversation, because it's licensed to tied to your account? Exactly. That's the whole point. I mean, I don't know how that's going to work, but it's going to be interesting to see how they're going to make it work. I'm a Ghost City 1. 6 out of 10 of my games are physical games. I got the digital during a summer sale. Sweet. That's sweet, man. That's cool. Like I said, I have no problem with people buying physical stuff. If you want to go ahead and get it, go for it. That's on you. If you want to go for it, fantastic. But the problem is, you are one against, let's say, 1 out of 10 people that buy physical CDs, right? You are 1 against 9 people that are buying digital. Or let's say 7 to give it a little bit more higher. So if you got 7 people buying digital, and there's only 3 of you all buying physical, one day the company is going to go out there and say, okay, look, we cannot keep mass producing these CDs. Because that's the thing you guys don't understand, and that's something that I find odd, that these content creators, these guys who go out there and get invited to play games and all this stuff, that get invited to all these events, do not know how production works, especially when it comes down to this. I mean, why is it so hard for you to sit there and explain and be like, look, because that's the funny thing. I've not seen anyone go out there and explain these type of things. Production is something that costs a lot, and I do mean a lot of money. I do not know what material these CDs uses. I mean, I have to sit one day and watch a documentary probably on what this CD uses, right? What materials they use to make the CD. And listen, they have to buy the raw material. After they buy the raw material, they have to process it, mix it, or whatever they got to do. They got to process it, mix it in a mixer. Probably, I don't know. Because I'm telling you how my factory works pretty much. And after that, they say, okay, this is how much we need to produce. And no company in the world, especially like that, because I mean, if they're training them to go work on something new, a new technology that they're bringing in, right? No company around the world is going to say, okay, let me just produce 50,000 CDs for the whole year, because that's how much people are going to buy it. Hell no, how are they going to make their money? And you're going to be like, well, Lou, I don't care how they make the money. I just want my CD. I'll be like, well, even though you don't care, the company does care. Because if they keep on feeding you guys to get 50,000 CDs sold, because what happens next? What happens if those 50,000 CDs become 40,000? What happens if it becomes 30,000? What happens if it becomes 20,000? Then they got a factory over there doing jack shit. And that means layoffs, factory shutdowns, and that raw material and that material that is sitting on storage, they're going to have to liquidate it out there for people to go ahead and buy it. Is it liquidate? Am I saying right? Liquidate? What's the word for that? When you got so much stuff in inventory, you got to put it on a price so it can be... we say liquidar here. So that's why I say liquidating. I don't know if I said it right, though. So, yeah, I'm just telling you how production works, guys. It's simple. Probably Google has the info, though. Let's go look at it. How many... What is the production line to make a single batch of Blu-rays? Let's see if we can find it, though. Because I don't know if that info is out there. See, making a single batch of Blu-rays involves two primary production methods depending on the volume: replication, mass production, or duplication, burning small test batches. The process relies creating an original master pressing or burning physical polycarbonated disc and apply protective artwork layers. Oh, there you go. Mastering, authoring, data prep, your video of this audio. Okay, there's a video about it. Printing. Small batch duplication. It says here, if you only created a single test batch, 1 to 500 units, factories bypass the expensive elaborating and mastering process. Instead, they use automated robotic towers duplicators to burn the data into BDR. Okay, let's see if we can find the mass production, though. Which I cannot find it, though. It doesn't say here. Doesn't say here, though. That'll be interesting. Okay, that's a small batch duplication. How about... Blu-rays. All right, let's see if we can find this. For large batches typically 510,000 plus units. The industry fixed for duplication, burning BDRs, or duplication molding raw plastic. So it says between 510,000 plus units. Interesting. The high volume automated production line operates across 5 distant manufacturing stations. Ah, see? Wow, that's a lot of people. Whew. That is a lot. 5 distant manufacturing stations. So that's a lot of people working in those factories, though. Minimum order, 1 of 500. Very low. Oh, here you go. Per unit cost, high $3. And if it's small, $7 per disc. Holy shit. What is your target quantity? 1,000 or 5,000? Do you need retail rating packages? Okay, this is what it's telling me if I want to produce CDs. Wow. Wow. That is crazy. So it says here, it's me, the Bolos, with a $5 super. Guys and friends are walking. They see a dog licking himself. Guy says, I wish I could do that. Other guy replies, might be best if you just pet. If you just pet. That's a good one. But yeah, that's how it is, though. You got a production line. You got to produce this stuff. You got to get the people to come ahead and buy this stuff. If they are not buying them, then they got a factory just producing CDs, doing nothing. Nothing. Somebody put out there a note on how much CDs Sony made. I don't know where that tweet is, but I saw it yesterday. I saw it. And I was like, wow, they make 250 million CDs per year. That's what I think I saw is the 235 or 250 million. And out of those 250 million CDs that they made, 15 million people bought those CDs. So you got 235 million CDs from PlayStation just laying out there doing nothing. If that number is correct, chat, I'm just saying if that number is correct because I took it as a grain of salt. I'm just using that as an example. So yeah, this is what happens. They're not selling it. They're going to take it away and use the factory for something else that is actually going to bring them money. Sweet. All right. Done with that conversation. So, with Xbox and the CD thing, let's see how that's going to work. I can't wait to see more on that, though. What Xbox Series Project Saluki really called? Do they have a proper name for it yet? And also hope it's low price tier and includes day one games. I mean, that's for China, though. I don't know if it's going to be for around the world. But if it is for around the world, it's going to be interesting to see that Game Pass tier come out. Let's see what else they can bring into the table with that one, though. But we do know this, is that they are working on more Game Pass tiers. They are doing it because at the end of the day, they know right now their hardware is not going to sell well because of the new price increase that happened. And they know that. So they're going to look for ways to try to attract the person that are on PC, that are on mobile, that are on TVs, that are everywhere they're at, to come over here, sub to the service, and you start using that service to bring in the cash for this company. So we know that's going to happen, chat, just in case. Joey says, I need a grain of salt on these scrambled eggs. You can use your CDs to put on trees to scare the birds off. Yep, there you go. Hey, and I gave a good tip yesterday. Listen, and this is true though. Man, chat, we're going to save money. We're going to save money, chat. We're going to save money because now, you know, before we had to purchase this with this. And we had to find a place for this. Or we get a case, a big CD case to put these CDs in there. That's what we did. Now, chat, you know what we can do? Well, shoot. Yeah. Oh, it's a steel case, to be honest, because this thing has a magnet. Oh, sweet. You know what we're going to do, chat, nowadays? This is what we're going to do, chat. This is so beautiful. Yep. So this is my Doom Anthology steel case, right? That I got simply a Doom code in it. There's the code. So this is what you can do, though. You can grab this that has a cool art. And here's the first step, chat. First step, after you get your cool cardboard card, you got to go in and go to the print shop and laminate this. Why you got to laminate it? So that way, when you, after that, go to the, how do you say ferretería en inglés? Help me out. Shoot. After you go to Home Depot or one of those stores, right? After you go to one of those stores and you already laminated this, you know what you got to get? You got to get the double-sided tape. So that way, with a double-sided tape, you can put one spot here or one spot here, one spot there. I'm talking on the back side because, you know, the code is right here. So, yeah. So you can put one spot here, one spot there, one spot here, one spot there, and go to the wall and be like, okay, this will look perfect right here. Yes, and you can fill your wall full of the cardboard codes you're going to get, chat. It's going to look beautiful. It's going to be wonderful, chat. I mean, that is, see, I found a solution for your physical collection. Yay! You're going to save money on shelves. You're going to save money on, what else? A whole bunch of shit. And if you have it laminated, probably in the future, you can get it graded. Yes. Oh, now they not touch this, though. Uh-oh. Oh, I guess it got my fingerprints now. Shit. Now this thing ain't going to be worth jack shit now. Damn it. This cardboard's not going to be worth anything now. But that's how it's going to be. Solution solved. There you go. Ooh, Louis, is that your TV? Where? Yeah, my TV's over here. I got an LG C2. Nintendo, the only one reducing the price of digital. Really? In fact, they would make even more because they have to compete with second-hand physical anymore. Chat, the end of physical is coming. We cannot change that. We just cannot. I mean, no matter what we can do, we can go out there, bitch and complain. It's been a while now, and it's been happening. There's less and less people buying physical. The economy sucks nowadays, and for you to go out there and say, okay, I'm paying $20 for a movie, or I'm paying $25, you know, shit. It's not going to happen. I mean, people are just sitting here like, oh man, I'd rather pay for Netflix that's $10 a month or $12 a month and just watch a movie and that's it. Or go to Paramount Plus or go to the services instead of me trying to go to the store and buying DVDs and have a, and not only that, also buying shelves to have my DVDs in there and stuff like that. You gotta undust, you gotta do this, you gotta spend money with dusting products because people don't, you know, there's people actually think about how much you have to spend with these costs, you know, with stuff like this. They do. The other day I bought wipes, and it's been like dust wipes. And it's been a couple years since I bought dust wipes, and I got a full package of dust wipes, and man, I was like, okay, let me add this to the cost in the home, though. And I know it's going to last a while, but imagine me if I had to undust those shelves full of physical CDs. Oh, no. No. Bro, boy, you don't know what you just did, and thank you for reminding me of that. Because, chat, let me tell you a little secret, though, that I saw yesterday. Even though I do not like the dude, which I do not like the dude, I don't follow his account. I just don't like it because of the full mental breakdown he had. But, looky. I'm not talking about this dude, though. Oh, shit. Whoops. He got one eye over here and one eye over there. So it says here, Xbox divided over its future, and people don't even buy physical and PlayStation games. So this dude right here, fucking A. This dude right here is doing something that I'm going to go get right now out there on Twitter. And like I said, someone posted this. And with this post, even though like I said, I don't like to do because of this mental breakdown, is going to tell you something you guys are going to be amazed by. So, good old Tim Dog found something interesting yesterday that I don't know. Oh, they deleted the tweet though. They deleted the tweet though. Huh. Oh, here it is. Never mind. Here's the tweet. Okay, never mind. Found it. So this is why, chat, journalists are the way they are today. They are. This is why they bash Xbox. This is why they do what they got to do on their stuff. So I found the article right here, and it says loud and clear. Right here. Not the article. This is what Tim Dog said. Well, okay, glad you're on sponsorship, but while we are at it, at Kate Owner comments and thoughts. Also, Digital Wolf Gun is also good. I can't believe this craziness. So right here in this picture, it says loud and clear. Hello, Monday. I'm just going to read this. 1 year ago, we launched the gaming business. You guys listen to this? We launched the gaming business. It's gone by so fast, and it's just been the most exciting, enjoyable, exhausting years. Some stats. We have well over 22,000 subscribers. We have 3 million listens, reviews, reads. In total, we do 99 standard editions of the show and publish 170 articles. Okay, so let's keep it coming. Let's go down here. And I had to thank those that have sponsored us. This is Christopher Dring. We wouldn't have been able to do any of this without you. So thank you to, guess who? Sony, Keyword Studios and Green Man Gaming. So Christopher Drink, my friends, is sponsored by Sony. And I'm starting to wonder, chat, and this is actually a good question I'm going to ask, though. I'm starting to wonder how many people are being sponsored, or how many journalists and how many of these companies like IGN or these are being sponsored by Sony. Because no wonder they go in and tackle whatever Xbox is doing wrong and decide to destroy Xbox. When PlayStation does it, or they don't talk anything bad about PlayStation, you know what they do? They stay quiet. Didn't Drink work for a company that says 85% of PlayStation games or sales are digital? That means 50% by physical. Yes, Drink was the guy out there who was posting this stuff. And it's me, the proposals with $2 super. Just post an article on Discord, Louis. All right. Oh, here it is already talking about Drink, though. But thank you, bro boy, for this, though. Because really, it's interesting to see, though, that these dudes right here are sponsored by Sony. Now we understand literally why there's an Xbox tax out there. Ray, oi, good morning. How you doing? What's up? I'm doing good, baby. How you doing? Verge, how you doing, man? I hope everything's good. Drink is sponsored so much from Sony, he can't hardly even see straight. Treybone asks a question. Whenever it's bad PS news, why is that media pony thoughts always be attaching to XB to their stories? Because they're probably being sponsored by Sony. Sony's probably paying them. Sony's probably... That's what probably is going on. They're probably being sponsored by them. I mean, what else can I say about that, though? They're probably being sponsored. So what do you think they're going to do? They're going to protect their sponsor, which is Sony. And when they have the right to talk bad about it is because notice this, though. They're talking the whole physical stuff because they're seeing how the PlayStation fans are reacting. So right now they're trying to push it. They're trying to push this because they know the reaction from the PlayStation fans, and they know if they try to defend this, they're going to be tackled down and destroyed. They will. They will. So, because if you notice something, and chat, you noticed this yesterday. All of a sudden, chat, these guys saw that PlayStation cut down the what's it called? They cut down the, shoot, chat, help me out. They cut down the physical media. They were saying, whoa, Project Helix was not going to have physical media. Oh, so now Project Helix is not going to have physical media? I mean, bro, come on. What does Helix have to do with this shit? I'm being serious. What does Helix have to do with this shit? What does Helix have to do? Nothing. Nothing. So they decided to put it in there because, hey, they're trying to protect the PlayStation. XBX Lord Chaos, Eddie Louis, this is nothing new. They've been doing it for years and they won't say a bad thing about Sony Fear of Black. Exactly. Exactly. They fear they're going to put the red flag on them and not give them codes, not give them the sponsorship they're getting. I mean, it's insane. And you know what's so funny? I even said this on the Louis show. Where was Greg Miller's meltdown with the physical things, though? Come on, Greg. Where was it? Where was it? I mean, bro, I was waiting for that yesterday. I was waiting for Greg to have a full meltdown about the physical thing, but he didn't, though. He just gave the microphone to someone else to start talking about it. But yeah, but when it was Gears of War, though, he was pretty furious, though. So let's read what Dring has to say. Hey, welcome back, Invisible, blah, blah. A huge cuts loom, Xbox divided over its future. They've done it backwards. I had a cup of tea with one of the most senior PRs in video games just a week ago, and we discussed imminent cuts from Xbox. You started the bad news, take a pause, and then you give people the good stuff they said. Shot my first 100 days felt successful. The skepticism was that greeted her appointment was rapidly turned around by a series of fan-pleasing announcements. There were small things like changing the logo and altering the company name, and more significant shifts such as cutting up the price of Game Pass and making some first-party games console exclusive. To Xbox, let's call them enthusiastic fans, Sharma was second coming. Throw in the critical commercials of Forza Horizon 6, and there was a strong positivity around Xbox for the first time in years, both outside and inside the organization. One Xbox manager told me at the time, Ashes has really brought hope back to Xbox. Today's mood is different. But here's the funny part, though, chat. I got a question, chat. I got a question. Simple question. Chat, simple. This is a simple question I'm going to ask you, chat. Has Xbox said anything negative this past days? They just said they were going to make some hard decisions. I mean, chat, if I'm missing something, tell me. But out there says something negative, though. They just said the hard decision. The only negative thing that came out was the console price hike out of this 4 or 5 months or 3 months that Ash has been there. But has Xbox come out and said something negative out of their mouths? Have we heard from Xbox? There was a studio shutdown. Have we heard from Xbox that layoffs are incoming? Have we heard from Xbox? This, and all that stuff that's been going on around. Have we heard from them? No, we have not. What we have heard is media throwing stuff out there. So look at this. This is where it says, though. Today's mood is different. Xbox is looking to relocate where it spends its money. On that side, that is true. The company wants to invest in its big franchise, and to do that, and this is you saying it, not Xbox, and to do that, it needs to cut from somewhere and from elsewhere. Studios such as Compulsion, Ninja Theory, Double Fine, Obsidian, Undead Labs, and others are deep in negotiation with Microsoft to avoid closure. The impact of this will likely reverberate across the business. There is frustration and even division within the Xbox ranks. Sharma has brought in startup mentality to Xbox. Speed is priority. Teams are used to weeks of meticulous planning and countless meetings. Are being asked to turn things around in days, even hours. The price rise announcement last week was hastily thrown together after Apple announced the price increases earlier in that day. It reactive and gets the business moving, but also messy and chaotic. And not all of the leadership is behind every call. This is particularly true on the development side, where certain studios feel Sharma is listening too much to the consultants and not enough to people building the games. So hold on a second. Wait a minute, drink. Wait a minute, drink. Hold on. So you're saying that where certain studios feel that Asher Sharma is listening too much to the consultants and not enough to the people building the games? You call yourself the gaming business. First off, in order to be the gaming business, you got to understand how fucking business works. And this is my problem again. This is where I head to, and I keep on saying it, though. You guys do not know how production works, huh? You don't. I said this before. When I headed to my family company, I said this yesterday, when I headed into my family company, I had 200 employees when I headed in there. I reduced it to 100. Why did I reduce it to 100? Because I had 100 employees doing nothing. I had to reduce it. And not only that, there was employees there that were past the age to be carrying 100 pounds of material. They were past the age. Or even though it was 100, could be 50, could be 25. They were not at that age, though. They should have gone home, relaxed, and enjoy retirement. I had to make cuts, which with 100 employees, the company was working fine. It was. With 200, I was just overpaying people over there. I was just giving them money to do nothing. And if you guys, and this is what I just laugh about, how these guys think they're listening too much to consultants. I mean, bro, look. let's get on a serious note. You want to talk business? Let's talk business. I'll give you guys an example. Let's say I'm in the shoe line. I have 30 people designing me a shoe. I tell them, okay, I want the shoes to have this. I want the shoes, to automatically be tied. I don't want shoes, for people who have to tie the shoes. Make it simple. If they put their foot down and they press, they tap the floor 4 times or 5 times. They tap the floor with their ankle, right? Their shoes will tie themselves up. I want that. I want other stuff. So I get that team in there to go ahead and make me this shoe. It takes them 6 years to develop me this shoe. Okay. Shoe comes out, we tested it. Okay, perfect. All right. Let's go through it. Let's go throw the design out there. Let's go throw it. Let's make the production of 100 shoes. But during those 6 years that I had those 30 people working under me, I've been paying them. I've been taking money from other person. I've been taking money from investors. I've been taking money from this, that, to pay these dudes to design this shoe. Shoe comes out. We made 100. I sell 10. What do you think I'm gonna do? Investors are gonna call me. They're gonna be furious. Be like, what the hell? You're supposed to make our money back. The shoe only sold 10. What are we doing? What the hell is happening? What do you think I'm gonna do in order to try to keep the company alive? I'm gonna just do layoffs or shut it down. That's the only thing I can probably do. And that's only the design team. Then you got the production team though out there that produce the shoe, which is like 50 more people, right? You got 30 designing, 50 and 50 plus. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna say goodbye to the design team. Or if not, I might do this and say, okay, let me give the design team another 6 years to make me another shoe because I know I got a good design team. So wait, 12 years go by. And the other shoe after 12 years is not a hit either. So literally, I have wasted 12 years of my life and money and time to try to get these guys to design me a cool shoe. What do you think I'm gonna do? Of course, I'm gonna try to get new people in here. Be like, no, you guys don't work. I'm gonna get new people in here. You're done. Or shut down the company and try to get it out the door. That's what I would do in 12 years. That would happen to me. Because literally, I put a lot of money into this stuff. I'm not getting the results back. So you're saying that studios are mad and stuff like that because of this. On the business side of things, and I'm talking business side, these guys have had a liberty. Yesterday, Laura Fryer, I do not like her at all. She made a video of when you give freedom to people to do whatever they want, what can happen, right? And so they did with their freedom, they did what they want, and this is the result you get. What do you think they're going to do? They're going to be like, whoa, shit. You guys sat here, for example, take Ninja Theory. You guys sat here. You guys made Bleeding Edge. After you guys made Bleeding Edge, which was an awful game, then you guys went into Senua. You spent 6-7 years using technology that right now movies are using, which is a good thing. At least there's a plus side of this. But use all this technology, use all this stuff to make me a 7-hour game that did not do well in sales, did not even attract a person to go ahead and buy it, or didn't even do as well in Game Pass probably. It probably didn't. And I'm just saying it probably didn't. I'm just saying it probably didn't. It didn't attract the person to go ahead and play it. So that's 2 games down. Then you got Double Fine, for example. Double Fine goes in, and they go in, they make you a Psychonauts 2, which was already made years and years on end, so I'll take that one out. But yet they go in and they give you a Keeper and they give you a Kiln. So that's 2 games. And this Keeper and Kiln do not even attract either. But the question is, how much did that cost? Then you got Compulsion. 7 years in, they make a South of Midnight, which, like I said, the story-wise, it was good. The game, I enjoyed the story. The gameplay was cool. But if it would have had more baddies, it would have been better. But it didn't happen. And that's another game that it was not only released for Xbox, it was released for everywhere, and people did not even pick it up. Same thing with Senua. Same thing with a lot of games that they made. Oh, my camera got hacked again, chat. Here we go. It's gonna spin around. So get ready. So this is me being business Louis. And I'm not shaming the developers. I'm not shaming anything else. I'm not trying to shame anyone out there. But at the end of the day, though, what were you doing? What were you guys doing there? That's the big question I ask myself. Then I hear from Joey that these guys have had a muscle car party, or whatever the fuck that's called. You know, cocaine and shit. I'm like, what? So you guys literally got your money in and didn't put all the hard work? Because, guys, you had the liberty to do what you want. I mean, you had a company that said, here's your money, where you did not even have to stress to look for budgets anywhere. Because basically you are like the movie business. And me and Mike Mullis talked about this. I know you guys, I don't know if you guys from your childhood have seen The Nanny. Have you guys seen The Nanny from the childhood? If you guys seen The Nanny, one of the main characters, the father, I forgot the name. Let me see. The Nanny. Hold on. Let me see what the name of the father is. Maxwell Sheffield, right? From the TV show. In order for Maxwell Sheffield to get theater and things going, he had to look for investors. And that was a lot of time to get a show ongoing. Same thing comes to these video games. They had to get investors to try to get the game going. So you guys had that leverage, and this is what you guys delivered? I mean, come on. You could have done better than that, though. So at the end of the day, though, this is me being business. But do I want to see layoffs? Nobody wants to see layoffs. Nobody wants to see that. It sucks, but no one wants to see that. Do I want to see studios get shut down? No, I don't. I don't want to see them get shut down. Of course not. Because if you shut down a studio, that means that some of these games might not come back or all this stuff. Hey, shit. That's how it is. But I can't do nothing about it. Because nowadays, we have people out here playing differently than how we used to play from back in the day. We have over budgets when it comes down to these games now. We got games being developed that cost $300 or $400 million to make. Literally an Avatar movie. I'm not kidding you. Google it up. Google up how much did it cost to do Avatar, and it will tell you $400 million to make Avatar. They have Avatar budgets. That's why I call them. So the question is your Avatar budget going to attract people like Avatar did? That's the main question. And it's not doing that. So Backlog Batter says, it's why it's called business, not a charity. Exactly. This is on the business side. You know, and Joey asked me a question yesterday. I mean, what do you think is going to happen? I said, it's a new CEO. I don't know if there's going to be studio shutdowns. All I know is something, though. It's a new CEO. If something was not working, they're going to change it. That's why you get a CEO to do that. Change it to fix it, or change it to make it better. Or if the other stuff worked, what you can do is make it way more better than how it was. That's what you got to do as a CEO, because if you don't give them the results, you're going to get fired. You're going to get laid off. You're going to say, okay, you're out. That's what's going to happen. So that's the CEO mentality, guys. And so you got Asha in there, which, again, she is very feisty. And in this article, you're saying that Xbox has divided. Divided what? Xbox has not said anything yet. They have not said any bad news. And here's the funny part, though. The funny part is a lot of us here are like, do what you got to do. That's our mentality now. Like, do what you got to do because we want to see it work. That's us here saying it. No joke. We're actually thinking that now. Usually before we were sad, we're like, oh, man. And I know the day the studios get shut down, we will not be happy if we hear that announcement. We're not going to be happy with what gets shut down. But at the end, a couple of days go by, we will understand why they did it. Because me, business side of Louis, is asking, what were you guys doing? What were you guys doing? It's just like me the other day. The other day, an employee had to be fired because I lost a big client. Because of him. Because I keep telling him, you guys got to clean. I had to be on top of them. Clean, clean, clean. You got to clean everything. Clean everything. You cannot let anything go into the mixers. Guess what? A plastic went into the mixer. Someone received a pellet full of plastic. And I lost a big client, a huge client because of that. And that was the client who got it. So I said, you, out. Because I don't know if it was a sabotage or not. Even though it wasn't a sabotage, though, but at the end of the day, though, I lost the client. So that fucked me over. So I said, no, you're out. Because not even though if it wasn't or not, I'm not accusing you of sabotage. You did not clean your area well, like you should clean it. So out. That's it. Done. That's business side. But listen, I don't know what's going to happen in Xbox. I don't know where we're going to head to. I don't know what's going to go on. But I know is one thing. They want to push this business. They want to get it on top. They want to make it better. There will be changes. Changes some people are not going to like. Changes that some people are going to say, oh, you know, And to be honest, they have given them enough creative freedom out there. Now let's focus on what needs to work and what to bring back to the box and get people happy with what the game. And try to get these players out there that only game these 10 games every year. Try to get them to at least pick 5 out of those 40 titles or 20. Not 5, no, sorry. At least 30 of those 40 titles you guys are releasing out there, because I know not every game is going to be a hit. I know that. That happens. And not only that, try to figure out a way to get reduction times in, because seriously, we cannot wait 3-6 years for a video game to come out. I mean, 3 is good. I mean, 6 years, for a video game to come out. If you got 6 years delivering a video game and the game wasn't a hit, shit, that's 6 years down the drain right there. You're not getting your money back. But yeah, try to reduce those times down to 3. So that way, in 3 years it doesn't hit, you got 3 more years to give me something new. If in 3 years you guys don't make me something good, you're out. Let's get new people in here. That's it. Ube says, small games should not cost $100 to make. That's insane. $100 million to make. That's insane. A reflection of the bad state the industry currently is in. 100%. And the funny thing is that this is an industry problem. I keep on saying it. This is an industry problem. It's not one company problem, but you guys are making it sound like it's one company, but it's everyone that is suffering from this. When I mean everyone, I mean Ubisoft, Embracer. And it's basically all the Western companies are suffering from this. And even Sony suffered from this too. That's why they shut down the majority of the studios they have bought. But alright, let's keep on reading. So, what's more, Sharma's love of speed is going to run head on into the time it takes to build hit games. You can adapt business models and distribution strategies quickly, but you just can't rush out an industry defining Elder Scrolls. You see? He's defending now. Like I said, you don't know how business works. And you cannot call yourself the gaming business. Shit. So it says here. Let's keep on reading, because this BS is just too funny though. It says here, the student frustration comes partially from the belief that things have been improving. The teams were getting stronger game by game. If we take the Xbox Game Studios business for a moment, which is the division most under threats, it actually delivered a broadly decent year. There's a real sense amongst some teams that they're being punished for the poor performance of Call of Duty. So they're being punished. See what I mean? This is the stuff that I just sit here and I scratch my head. Because there's a real sense amongst some teams that they're being punished for the poor performance of Call of Duty. So basically these teams are like this. Let me explain. Here, Chad, let me go on full screen again. Sorry about this. You know, I'm reading this article, but it's just so funny. So let me explain this. Let's do the Bungie scene again. So let me explain this. Hold on. Wait, I got a phone call. 1 second. Chat. He called me. I don't know why though. But all right. All right, chat. Hold on. So let me do this real quick. So I'm gonna put my feet up right now. And I'm gonna sit here on my desk, and you know I got a team working on a game. Okay, deliver me this, deliver me. Okay, oh yeah, you know, hey, we gotta get this in here. Okay, hey, Matt, give me more fun, and we gotta do this. Okay, no problem. Okay, hey, look, this is the game. Okay, I sit there and play a game. Okay, it looks fun. All right, send it out. We're done. But man, you know, I feel kind of odd about this game. You know, I don't know, this is gonna be going. Oh, no worries. Well, no worries. We just gotta chill and we gotta let Call of Duty pick us up and we can continue on going. That's how you're making it sound. You're making it sound like these guys have their feet on their desk, not caring for what's being developed under them, right? Because they know that even though their game is not a hit, they can say, well, I worked on a game, so I delivered something, and depend on Call of Duty. So that covers up for the mess they made. So that's what basically you're saying in that article, man. So again, you're trying to defend the developers, but at the same time, you're saying something that they're not doing their job. And you're saying they're punished because of a poor Call of Duty performance? No. What they got to do is they got to get something out there that can pretty much match Call of Duty. I'm not saying make a Call of Duty game. I'm saying make something that can be good so they don't look at them. Like Blue Point. Because I always say this about Blue Point, and I'll say this again. Why did Blue Point get shut down? Because you fanboys did not buy it. That's why it got shut down. Because literally, they picked up Blue Point after they did. What's that game called? Demon Souls. And that game sold 2.5 million copies. Almost 3, I think. I don't even know how much it sold. But it's a sad, sad sales right there because you guys depend on sales. Nobody picked up that game. Nobody. That is a niche to what you have. And that's why that studio shut down. Now, if that studio would have sold 12, 15 million copies, I bet you that it would not be shut down. I bet you they would have done something else. But they shut down because of why? They were not doing anything. They couldn't find something for them to do. And not only that, even though they couldn't find something for them to do, with all the stuff Sony has under the wing though, right? With all the stuff Sony has under the wing, they could have done something. But again, they got shut down because people did not buy it. It's just people did not buy the damn game. Now, if that game would have sold 15 million, trust me, Sony would have said, "Hey, we gotta really push to find a project for this team because they made a really good game." That's what Sony would have done. But since they couldn't get it, they said, "Okay, they only sold 2.5 million. Get them out the door." This is the reality. This is not a reality dream. It's not. Even if Obsidian had delivered an incredible year, even if the Outer Worlds 2 and Avowed had performed 5 times the numbers that they did, it wouldn't offset the drop off on Call of Duty. A game like that and Candy Crush. Did I switch the camera? Okay. A game like that and Candy Crush and Minecraft and Warcraft make a lot of Xbox's output seem most insignificant. That's why some people think getting rid of studios like Double Fine is a pointless exercise. If they think that they can take the budget, stick it on Halo, and suddenly turn it around to 95 metric, smash it, they're delusional, said one development expert who was asked to advise the business. We're chasing the declining market, and franchises are the past their prime. But of course, it's not just about budget. As one other Xbox leader told me, we're spread across too many projects, platforms, and business models. We need to focus. Xbox is pushing back towards the console, the return of Xbox, they call it, and they're putting more resources behind its biggest brands. That's the focus that they know after all. But this is where opinion is split. Numerous people I've spoken to Xbox feel there's too much listening to Twitter with the component crisis and overall market decline in console players. Why is Xbox choosing to reinvest the hardware? Oh, now we understand why he wrote this article, chat. Now we get it, because here comes the truth about this. Here comes the truth about this, right? Here it comes, chat. You guys ready for this? Here it comes. The people I spoke to have low expectations that the newly exclusive Gears of War is going to have any real impact on Xbox Series S and X sales. Bro, you guys ported Sorrows the other day. Your sales are down. So, no console right now, at this very moment, none is going to do well in sales. Probably with GTA, like I said, probably with GTA. But that's a third-party game. We're talking first party here if you want to bring it into the discussion. But all right. They also point out Xbox has tried to rejuvenate Halo and Gears in the past and tried to develop a mega game in Perfect Dark 2. But will it be different this time? We're chasing a declining market with franchises that are past their prime, said one studio boss. Going those big brands is more about who will bring in the leadership they have, rather than the money they can spend. Can Xbox attract the talent that can turn Halo into a world beater once again? That's the objective. I suspect there will be a descent. Whatever route Xbox chose to go down, there are those that are happy it's gone back to a console first approach, and there are those that feel that third-party publisher route was the right one. Chat, hold on a second. Give me 1 second. Hold on. Hold on. 1 second, chat. Hold on. I got a phone call. Let me pick this up. Sorry about that, chat. Phone call. So, let's keep it going. But now I know why they're mad and why they're writing about. Yeah, but finally understood why. I'm not even going to read the PlayStation Disc thing because we done now and beat that thing to the ground now. So I suspect that this end, whatever. Okay, so let's see where was I. We're chasing the client market. Okay, growing those brands is more about those who bring in and leadership they have, rather than the money they can spend. Can Xbox attract the talent that can turn Halo into a world beater once again? That's the objective. I suspect there will be decent, whatever route Xbox should go chase down. There are those who are happy it's going back to console first approach, and those who are happy the third party route, a plan they have all bought into 2 years ago. The question is, what does the Xbox leadership Microsoft want out of Xbox? Asked another Xbox studio boss, and he felt about the decisions, and he simply shrugged and said, after Activision, this is Amy Hood and Satya Nadella's Xbox now. Because he probably got tired of spending all that money in there. I mean, I don't blame him. I don't blame him that he got tired of it because, I mean, shit, you guys got to deliver. Of course, emotions are high. And even though I don't like Satya and Hood, but investors come knocking. That's the part you guys don't understand. Sharma said the current Xbox could... Sorry, chat. Oh, man. I think I'm getting sick. Sharma said the current Xbox couldn't continue as it was. Change was needed. And that change was inevitably going to let some people down. Xbox had told its studios it was behind them. It's promised they could build what they were passionate about, and they supported. It told them they were different to all those tech companies. But Asher Farmer says the plan is the plan until it's not the plan, and that plan, and that's not the plan anymore. Again, Dring, if you're in the game business, you need to learn how business works. Because probably, I mean, I know how business 101 works. It's simple. You gotta, let's say a production, you got a production line, you gotta make that production line good. And if your quality is not good, guess what happens? People are not gonna buy your product. It's not. And maybe the production is different from how my production line works. But at the end of the day, though, they are producing a game. They are making a game. They are developing it. They're trying to get it out there. And if the game is not a hit after 6 or 7 years of spending, they are in trouble because what are they going to do? You think the company is going to sit there and wait another 6 years for them to deliver a great game? Or take the risk? That's 50-50 right there. What I mean by 50-50 is that are they going to take a 50%, they're going to take another 50% chance to see if it's good, or another 50% to see if it's bad, especially nowadays with how the economy is? I mean, you guys need to learn a lot of stuff, my friends. You guys need to. I'm not kidding you. You got to sit down and learn a lot of stuff. Money is money no matter what. Even though you guys can say, oh, the $1 trillion company that can support it. Investors don't look at it like that, my friend. They don't. They just don't. It's me, the Broke Bullets, with a $2 super. I threw a funny article in the general Discord. Laugh out loud. Oh, I'm going to go get it. I'm going to go get it. Now, this is what these studios should do nowadays. And I'm being honest with you, this is what they should do. Like, for example, Double Fine, give us a Brutal Legends 2. Double Fine, give us a Psychonauts 3. Do that. Jack Black is working on Minecraft. Get him to the Brutal Legends 2. And you'll see how everyone will go nuts if they see that game being worked on and released. Holy shit. They will go nuts and talk about it for months and months and months and months and months and months and months on end. Until the game comes out. After 2 or 3 months, it'll probably go away. But hey, you gave them Brutal Legends. Rare. Bring in damn Banjo-Kazooie. Even though it did not sell back in the day. But a remake of Banjo-Kazooie will be a massive hit. It would be. People love that, and I'm considering, if you guys make it, I'll play it. Give them a Mario Kart type of game. You guys got the technology. You guys give Diddy Kong Racing. Why can't you make a kart game like with all the characters in here that we have? Make them short, big-headed, and make it funny. Trust us, we're going to love it. We are going to love it. And make the boss Nadella or Amy Hood. I don't know. I'm just kidding about the boss being Amy Hood. But you know what? That would be funny as hell. Make them the bosses so we have to face them and take them down. I mean, shoot. You guys have the company. You guys have the money. You guys got a lot of stuff in there. Go ahead and sit there and use what you guys got best and bring the best out there. Stop bringing stuff because you feel like this is going to be good. Because look, I'm not saying that Kiln is bad. I'm not saying that Keeper is bad. But Kiln and Keeper are not games that really have attracted a lot of people. They're not. Pentiment is not a game that really is going to attract a lot of people. Those games really did not attract. Hi-Fi Rush, even though it was a fun game, it did not attract a lot of people. Evil Within. Awesome game. I loved Evil Within series, but it was not a game that could literally, after the first one that came out, it did not even face Resident Evil. It didn't even tickle Resident Evil. The second one didn't even do shit. The second one didn't even sell 1 million copies. My God. Yeah, that's just me talking. Business side. All right, let's go get it. Does PlayStation have something working? They made a post yesterday and said it was 30 days. What was 30 days though? So if it's more player influence in general, I'm having too much sway. What do you mean by that, Laos boys? I'm lost there. Because no sound, only the ones who cares about it, that us, no one else. But look, if you bring that nostalgia back, because for example, I got a nephew. And imagine me if I had a Banjo-Kazooie right now. I would tell my nephew, hey, you got to play this game. He'll probably like it. Probably not. I mean, he'll probably play it or not. I don't know. And he'll probably like it. He'll be like, wow, this is actually a fun game. And talk to his friends and be like, oh, you know, I play Banjo-Kazooie. That's such a cool game. You know? That's how it is. Probably get it going a little bit. So let me go get that article that Broke Boy dropped. Oh, yeah. I did see that out there. Oh, yep. Is that what Take-Two did with GTA Online? Laugh a lot. City Entertainment's planning to work on a Fallout project. I hope they are. I mean, that's another thing, though. Why isn't there a Fallout New Vegas? That was really calling me to fire me. No. No, I can say Asha better not mess with Bethesda. Well, I mean, if you see, hey, listen, Rayoid, I gotta tell you something. And I'm not gonna defend Asha. I'm not gonna defend what I'm about to say, but it's true though. When it comes to the business side, though, if she has to go in and mess with something, she's going to mess with something because she needs to get things better. If things are a mess in there, what do you expect? Let it be so it can become a bigger mess? No. They got a clean house. It sounds like everything was really that bad in there. It was that bad, it seems like. And so right now what they got to do is make it better. And here's the funny part. It's never late to make a business better. It's never late. It's never late. If you have the mind to make it better, you can make it better. If you have the right mind. If it gets to a point where it just cannot get better, then it gets shut down. But you got to have the mind and the mentality to make it better. At least fight to make it better. And trust me, that's what she's going to do. Our studios will be working together and everyone will share tech pipelines, etc. That's another thing, though. She's trying to make the workflow better for everyone out there. So she's trying her best, though. She's trying her best. And that's something that we're seeing. I mean, look, one thing's for sure. And, hold on a second, I'm seeing something. Oh, okay, yeah. Dring. Okay, they're talking about the Dring article, all right. So, where was I, chat? Sliding through, taking forever to make games. Yep, that's a big problem. What's the highest tab on the build, so to speak? Also cut out on all the passion projects. Yep, Starfield, 100 to 125 million, says Alpha Wolf. Tired of hearing they're a $1 trillion company. They can do. If you own a $1 trillion company, I'm sure you would be like, pay whatever I got trillions. Yeah, that's the thing though. They're a $1 trillion company, but the thing is, they are a $1 trillion company for a reason. They got investors behind them. They got people in there giving them money. So what do you think is going to happen if a division's not going well? The investors are going to come knocking, and if you don't please the investor, what are they going to do? They'll say, get the fuck out, close it. That's how it is. Yes, I'm going to go get it, Will. I'm going to go get it right now. I'm posting it right here so we can talk about the 24-hour break PlayStation took. Because, of course, they're taking a break. Because they don't care. And that's what fanboys did. They got them to the point where they don't care. So let's cover this up. So it says here. Sony abandoned social media for 24 hours plus after controversially killing physical games. No rush to return, they say. All right. Update on social media. It's not been 24 hours since Sony posted on any social media accounts and looks like unlikely to return anytime soon. The platform holders X, Facebook, Blue Sky, and Instagram accounts haven't changed since yesterday controversial physical game news. YouTube has been updated a handful of times with new trailers, although these have clearly been submitted by third-party publishers in coordination with their marketing efforts. Of course, we're trying to cover it up because I always say PlayStation has got a good marketing team. The vast majority of comments on YouTube are all about the company's decision to stop manufacturing this in 2028. It's going to be interesting to see how long it maintains this when it closes Blue Point and stayed away from social media for over 72 hours. But I don't think fan sentiment is going to cool as quickly on this particular issue. Of course, it's going to stay away because, listen, PlayStation, like I always say, they have the perfect PR team. They do. We cannot lie about it. They have the perfect PR team because, look how smart they are. Every time there's good Xbox news, they throw a bad news in there because they know that Xbox news will cover it. Same thing over here. When there's Xbox bad news, of course, they're going to try to throw in that bad news in there too, because lately it's all been bad news when it comes out on PlayStation that I've been seeing for the last 6 months. It's been bad news. And so, of course, they say, insiders, media, and all this stuff, they're saying, well, layoffs are going to happen next week. On Xbox, it's probably going to be student shutdown. So, you know what? PlayStation then said, okay, maybe it's time to throw this right here because we know that in the next week, they won't talk about it because everybody's going to focus again on Xbox. And since you guys got these media outlets, you're sponsoring, of course, they're going to do anything in their power to talk all this shit bad about Xbox. Ho, 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 they will. Oh, man. Sony has seemingly abandoned all social media accounts after today's controversial decision to stop manufacturing physical games in 2028. The manufacturer posted on its X or Twitter account today to confirm the news and hasn't updated since. Ordinarily, it shared today's PS Plus Essential updates with the followers, but it hasn't published that anywhere aside from the PS blog. A Marvel Souls token gameplay trailer detailing the moves and combos of Iron Man also went out of the fighter's official account, but not on PlayStation's one. Oh wow. Meanwhile, on YouTube, no trailers have been uploaded for 24 hours, and the last Blue Sky update was on Tuesday. A Gitaro Man video went out on early hours of this morning on Facebook, but there's been nothing since. Meanwhile, the most recent Instagram update published prior to today's news is packed with people begging the company to reconsider its decision. 300 people is not big for that company. The end of physical disc is the end of my loyalty, one heavily upvoted comment says. This isn't the first time Sony quit social media during adversity. It took a 72-hour timeout following the disgraceful closure of Bluepoint earlier this year. In this instant, I'm not convinced 72 hours is going to be long enough. This backlash is going to last a long, long time. I mean, if they ignore the Destiny 3 comments, which that was a huge backlash because, I mean, during the Summer Game Fest, and a lot of shows, except for the Xbox one, we had get Destiny 3 out. Those guys were doing that. They spammed the chat. They went nuts about it. And, yep. No, Rayo. They did not run away. No, they're not running away, Rayo. No. You know what they're doing, Rayo? They're just chilling, waiting for the next bad news to come around. That's what they're doing. I mean, they noticed that no matter what media did yesterday, because listen, no matter what they did, because I'm telling you, in the morning, what did I say? I said two things. I said one thing out of the two things that happened in the morning. They said this. I said here on the channel, watch. They're going to go out there and try to turn this into positive and say, oh, yeah, the PlayStation 6 is going to come out in 2028. Didn't that happen? It did happen. They said, well, now we kind of know that PlayStation 6 is going to be a 2028 console because, we're not getting physical media. That's how you spin things. That's one spin. The other spin was they said that Project Helix was a discless console too. What does Project Helix have to do with whatever Sony decision, or what does Xbox have to do with whatever Sony decision has to be at? And the funny thing is, the fans, a lot of them, and I do mean a lot, did not give a fuck about how these articles were spinning this. They just didn't. They were mad about this, furious. And so, yeah. And that's why after those, they see them mad. That's why media went to do the shift and talk about how mad they are and join them. But in the beginning, though, y'all try to spin this into a positive. I saw that. I caught you clear eye right there. I caught you with that. And now y'all are mad after hours of seeing people mad. Of course, you're going to join the fanboys. Like, oh, hey, man. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry, man. Hey, just come over here. We got to help them out. These are the ones that give us the cash and click on us. Let's go help them out. Yeah, let's go save them. Let's go join them, too, because, they're the one who gives us the clicks, though. And, hey, call Sony and tell them, hey, Sony, we're going to put articles out there, but we got to put the articles. We got to please these fans because without these fans, though, we are not making any money. That's what basically they said. That's how they are, though. Because in the morning, they went out there and tried to pinpoint blame the Xbox. Even look at how this guy on Jeff Grubb's show came up with the biggest bullshit. Oh, this happens because Xbox is not competing. Without Xbox is not competing. Bro, what does Xbox have to do that Sony cancel physical media? Sony canceled physical media because 85% of the fanboys buy digital. That's why they killed it. And it's money spent, money wasted on raw material, workers, and everything to build these CDs for not even selling them. It's money wasted. They need to get the money in. And what do you think, that you by buying on PS5 and just buying the game digitally is going to save that? No. Because they have to buy that raw material. So what are they going to do? They're going to just leave that raw material there to rot? Come on, man. You guys, like I said, you guys need to learn how business works. Man, it's like they think that it's simple to make a video game. Or it's simple to make a Blu-ray disc. Oh, then why don't you make it? If you're mad about it, go build yourself a factory, make the Blu-rays. Start selling them. And you'll see how fast, and I tell you, I'll give you 3 or 5 years and you'll see how fast broke you're going to go. Because look, even though you got the Blu-rays, you're manufacturing it, you're going to tell Sony, well, I want to print your CDs. You know what Sony's going to say? Well, we get 30% cut if it sells. Be like, whoa! And not only that, after you get the 30% cut, you're going to have to sit down, pay your lawyers, because, you know, you got to go out there and make a contract. You got to sit down, pay this, pay that, in order to get that thing done. Taxes and everything. And then after you pay all that stuff, employees, electricity, and everything is where you make the money. So go ahead, build a factory if you're mad about it. And good luck with that. Hey, Backlog Better with $2 super. He says, Louis, you want to come on my show later this month? I'll join your show. I got no problem, man. Just tell me when. And time, too, so that way, you know, I can prepare and everything and check my schedule. Because, you know, sometimes life bumps into. That's how it is. Too many people, we have no idea how business works, comment way too often and about business works. They don't even know, Jubei. It sucks they don't know about that stuff. It sucks they don't. Oh, the Domino's pizza was funny, though. It says, in response to today's trends in gaming industry, as of 1st of April, 2027, which is April Fool's, they said, Domino's UK will cease production of physical pizzas and shift to production of digital pizzas only. Consumers will be able to download our full range of our delicious pizza codes and, using the power of imagination, enjoy them in an entirely virtual sense. That is so funny. That is so funny. That is so funny. Best place to reach in DMs? Yeah, you can reach me in DMs. My Twitter account is, hold on, I think it's down here though. If you check in the description down below, it's the one that says Twitter Crazy Louis Gaming. That's where you can find me. You can reach through the DMs and, you know, we can sit down and talk. Home again, home again. It's so good to be home. Sweet. Happy you're home. Gambling and Domino's didn't clown Xbox. They were clowning Sony over social media about physical games. Yep. That's how it is. But yo, I'm being honest about this though. They're trying to pinpoint blame on Xbox. They did that all morning. And then in the afternoon, they were like, oh, the fanboys are mad. Let's go join them and call Sony and say, hey, we got to talk about this no matter what, because they are furious. We had tried to spun it. We couldn't find the solution. So now we got to throw this out here. You got to do it, because if not, they're going to say we're against them. So yeah, basically that's what happened, chat. That's what we saw yesterday, and it sucks that they try to pinpoint blame on Xbox, but at the end, though, it sucks for them that it did not work. Woo! It just didn't work for you all. GameSir did one for a digital controller somehow. Digital pizza, my favorite. Man, look, don't get me started on that. Look, chat, look. The funny thing is, Domino's, when they said that though, they're on point with something though. Because man, there's no movie in the world other than Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, The Secret of the Ooze, that in the first 3 minutes of that movie, you want to get a pizza. You do. If you don't believe me, go watch it. Go get Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, The Secret of the Ooze, and watch the beginning of that movie. The first 3 or 2 minutes or 4 minutes of that movie is people eating New York pizza. You see them ordering pizza. You see the pizza being made. You see everything. And then they call Kino. And Kino goes, delivers the pizza. But that's the entrance of the damn movie. And you see that thing on the screen, like, yeah, time to order a pizza. Man, That's the most fucked up thing I've ever seen in my life, and it works. Most of these guys have ever ran a garage sale, but now magically they know exactly how to run a multi-billion-year game company. They don't think about it that way. They think they're tech experts. They think all this stuff. I mean, look, I've always said this, and I'll repeat it. I have talked to developers in the past. Elaine and her husband have been here on XBI. And one thing she said that they really wish as developers is to find the reduction time on making video games, because it takes them 6 years to make a game. 6 years. So let's say, chat, let's do the math. It's simple. This is simple stuff. This is simple stuff. How many games can a developer make in their lifetime? Let's say you go into development while, let's say, tops 24 years old. 24. And you leave the, let's say 25, so let's say you're almost 70 years old and you want to retire. That, already at 70 you want to retire, just live with the family, enjoy family though. So let's go. Let's say 70 minus 25, that's 45, right? So 45 divided by 6, you get to make 7.5, or let's say 8 games in your lifetime. 8 total games in your lifetime. They wish they can do more. They wish they can pull out 16. I mean, you got 8 chances in your life to bring out a blockbuster of a video game. 8 chances. What would you rather have? 16 chances or 8? I'd rather have 16. Because with 8, it's way too short. And probably out of those 8, I probably may hit 1 or 2. But I want to hit more. I want to hit 5 or 6. Shoot, man. Just 8 games in your lifetime, that's nothing. That's nothing. Can you imagine just working on one thing for 6 years just to get it out there? One thing for 6 years. I mean, they wish they could do it for 3. Work for 3 years and get that game out there done. Let me go on to the jump in the next one. That's way more better than sitting 6 years doing one thing. They want that. These devs want that. So they try to look for that. They try to find a solution. But some of them are not looking for that. They just want to chill out and collect a check for 6 years and then go. And then when they say, oh yeah, crunch time, they get aggravated. They get mad because they got crunch time. But bro, shoot, man. New York Pizza is cardboard, but look, Teneros, it could be that now, but yo, that intro, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie though, that pizza looked good. Speaking of TNT, I need a AAA open world game. No. We do not need a TNMT open world, AAA open world. We don't need it. Oh yeah, but we're getting it though. With probably with the new Ninja Turtle the what's it called? Oh, you got the comic book, bro. Boy, help me. I think it could be open world. It could be. I don't know. Can Crazy Louis sing a song called Parmesan Cheese? No. I can sing you the Hi I'm a Poofy show though. Hi I'm a Poofy. I can sing that though, because I remember my little brother watching that, and that song got stuck in my head. I can sing that. I can sing Teen Titans. That song too. I can sing also the Hello Kitty song, which I really hate and detest with all the love in the world. But yeah, I can sing plenty of songs. But I don't know Parmesan Cheese one though. But that comic book with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the one where all the turtles die and there's one alive and he's trying to kick ass, or making a game with that. Yeah, I have a dream game idea for TNT. Hell, Mac and did me a whole McDonald's video. Battletoads disappoint me. I thought that Bad Toes were gonna like how they look on KI. Oh, you wanted the Killer Instinct. Oh man, Battletoads a Killer Instinct, man. That looked wicked though. That looked fantastic. You gotta love it. That could be an open world game. I mean, I don't know. I have to wait and see. But TNT with all the turtles, I gotta tell you something. The best formula with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And listen, there is an over-the-top Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game out there that it's all right. It's not like really good. I played it. I'm like, it's okay. But for TNMT, beat 'em ups are always the best. Oof. You do not know how many times I have finished. Look, I can't even finish that game with my eyes closed. That's how much I know about it. And that is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Turtles in Time game. I love that game. That game is awesome. You know how many times, when my nephews comes or anything, I said, here, come on, let's play this. And we play again and again and again, and we play those games. I teach them all those games. Because that game I really enjoyed. More game, more collab, more than DLC. But yeah, I get you about Battletoads, though. Yeah, I mean, I was hoping for something cool. But to be honest, though, it was a remake of the old one. And yeah, it's just Battletoads. And some of us have love for Battletoads. But Battletoads, to be honest, though, was not like, the big thing. Because look, I remember one thing about my Battletoads game for Nintendo, though. I chucked that thing. That game made me furious, chat. I was pissed off. I was pissed off with that damn game. I grabbed that game, man, and threw it. That Nintendo game, I threw it. I said, nope. I really got mad. Because shit, the first 3 or 4 levels, fantastic, until you got to the point where you had to do the jumping thing and the little race pod thing. What the hell was that? And no matter what I did, I could not get it perfect. Louis, do you have kids? I feel like you'd be strict but cool, Dad. That all the friends live. No, I don't got kids, man. I don't got kids. Not yet, though, but I don't got kids. I read that Yoshida comments about the Steam Machine. They are correct. What they said about... What did Yoshida say about Steam Machine? Battletoads 2020 was bad, but it was pretty faithful to the 2020 games. It's just the art style was different, yeah. I mean, look, the game was not bad. It was just a side beat 'em up. It was a fun game. But like I said, though, once I got into the race pod thing, chug it. I'm not going through that again. Because when the Nintendo one, I'm not kidding you, Chad. I grabbed that thing and threw it against the wall. I was so mad. Ubase says the speeder is where like 99% of people, yep, that's where I stopped playing it. That's why one day, after 100 tries, I played in that game. And listen, I had Ghosts and Goblins. And there's no other game that I seriously cannot just sit there and play that's Ghosts and Goblins, because no matter how much I play it, I just cannot get through with it. But Battletoads, though, everything fantastic until that point. I have everything nailed until that point. And no matter what, how many times I did it. I did it. I was like, no, fuck it. Grabbed it, boom, pow, right at the wall. Pissed off about it. And I got punished, of course. Yep, I did. I did. So, speaking about the Steam Machine, let me bring this up real quick, because I was going to talk about it yesterday, but we were so focused on laughing at what the ponies were doing. It was so hilarious. We had a good day yesterday. I know that's going to come back and be like, oh, now they're sad. Oh, I know that for a fact next week, but all right. But still, nothing better than watching you guys have a mental breakdown. But Valve Quality drops Steam Machine 4K 60 claim after 1,049 machine falls short of expectations. Well, my advice to you right there, Valve, simple. And I say this again. This release of this box, good luck. But y'all should have waited. And especially with all the problems you guys had to get the Steam Machine out, y'all should have waited. You're just jumping into console gaming. Y'all should have waited. Y'all should have said, look, due to the problems with manufacturers with memory and stuff like that, we decided to delay the Steam Machine for further down the road. And y'all should have waited. To get, like, for example, that anti-cheat thing, you guys got to get it fixed. And now you got this system out there that costs $1,049, which, of course, it did well in other places in the world because, they like PC, they like Steam, right? No problem. But at the end, though, there's the anti-cheat thing. There's things you guys got to fix. There's things you got to do. And I thought you guys were going to have it done by now. but you guys didn't, so it's gonna take a while. And look, seriously, you should have said, let's put it for later down the road. Yeah. Steam Machine is going to crash worse than I thought it would. I mean, hey, listen, I don't doubt that it can survive. It can survive in the market, but it can. I mean, look, maybe it could. I mean, I'm being serious though. Maybe it can. But at the end of the day, though, they just should have waited. They should have just said, okay, let me wait for the next 3 years, you know, when things settle down, and let's see if we can get something out there that we can cook with and get games running at 4K 60. Because right now, you guys got a device that's not running total games 4K 60. After you guys told us the idea, that was it, and it's not happening. Oh man, come on, man, not like this, not like this. Not like this though. Here we go. So, this is what these guys are good for, right, chat? And I'm going to show you this right now. You guys ready? Jenny Schreier discredits that City is working on a Fallout project. For what's it worth, this isn't true, though I suppose it could end up being very true given the new direction that reporting Sharma is taking. So hold up a second. So this is what I love about this dude. I mean, this guy is smart when he reports. I love it. So he says discredits that Obsidian is working on a Fallout project, but for what it's worth, this isn't true, though I suppose it could end up being very true. So which one is it? Is it not true or is it true? Is it not true or is it true? It could be very true very soon, given the new direction they're reporting that Sharma is taking. So again, what are you saying? Oh, that someone said that they're working on something, you're saying that it's not. But other than that, though, since their new direction, they probably are working on it. I mean, make up your mind, man. And just say, no, they're not working on it, period. But don't come out later on and be like, well, you know, for what it's worth, yeah, you know, it could probably be true because of new direction. Oh, my God. Seriously. Same thing with the studio closure. Well, this studio is closing. Oh, but never mind. Take that back. I don't know which one is closing. Seriously, come on, man. Come on, come on. Chat, it's annoying. That's why these days we're now learning not to listen to journalists. Yep. Steam should be building Steam data centers. If Asha was right about the cost of components going up 5 times, it won't be any easier. She's not wrong. She's right though. I mean, Micron, look at all the money Micron made. Micron in their lifetime has never made this much money. They made 346% more than what they made. So what do you think they're going to do? They're going to keep on making money, though. They will. It's just me, the Swedish fish, sweeter than they used to be. I don't know. I've not ever had tasted a Swedish fish. That's new to me, though. Myron is a Steam machine. My gaming journals, the gaming journals are so annoying. Yes, they are. Because, I mean, bro, if you're going to go out there and say something, don't be like, I mean, just say something and that's it. But don't be like, well, you know, it could be true because, you know, with a new direction. So basically you're saying that it could be true. So at the end of the day, which one is it? Is it not true? Is it true? So what is not true? That they're not working on it right now? No. Okay, that could be true. But hey, maybe in the future they're going to bring one. Come on, man. Come on, man. All you got to say is this. At this very moment, they're not working on any Fallout projects. Period. That's it. They're not working on any Fallout projects. That's it. And then go out there. I mean, shoot, man. This is tired though. You got the people who play games, and then you got the period that people bitch about them. Of course, that's it. They bitch and bitch and bitch for nothing. You know, not solving anything by just bitching though. And I'm loving how everybody is grabbing the gaming business thing and taking it to account. The gaming business thing and taking it too hard. Be like, oh yeah, he's right though. Oh. So again, here we go. Look. Despite a report this morning, I can confirm that Obsidian is not in negotiations to avoid shutting down. Plenty of details are still up in the air surrounding the layoffs. Picture will be clear on Monday, but Xbox is keeping Obsidian according to people familiar with the situation. So wait a minute. You were out there saying they were going to shut this down, and now you're saying that they're keeping it? I mean, make up your mind, man. Seriously. 3 weeks of non-stop. Obsidian is also negotiating with the Xbox to avoid closure. So now we're going to listen to a dude who's being sponsored by Sony. I'm sorry, we're not listening to him anymore. We don't care what he says, though. He's sponsored by Sony. Sorry. We're done with that, dude. And now we know something. I'm tired. So Joey, my brother, the Phantom Cracker, says, I'm tired of the analyst says none of them saw the RAM crisis until it was too late, and none of them saw Sony pulling away from physical media. Oh, wow. Look, Insider Gaming came out with something risky. Nintendo could be the last console manufacturer with physical media, analyst says. So Nintendo could be the last manufacturer with physical media? I mean, even the Nintendo cartridges are not even putting their full games in there. They're not doing it, though. Oh, wow. Someone put out a tweet saying, Jess Gordon needs to be blacklisted by Xbox. When I was talking about the press the other day, he's probably the worst of them all. He's doing a lot of harm to the brand and to Xbox fans. Wow. Wow, that's crazy. That's the problem, though. I mean, this is the thing that people need to understand, though. Right now, this very moment, there's a reset happening. We get it. What you all did was spew your guts out because of things you heard in the background and everything, because you guys want to be the first ones to put the articles out there. But at the end of the day, what you guys have been doing is trying to divide. This is what it sounds like, though. Trying to divide the community instead of joining it together. Right now, what the community needs is this. We talked about the news. We talked about everything that's happening. I mean, and like I said, I wanted to Louis business mode, and I gave you guys my honest opinion of what I see. As a business guy, this is what I see. Right? But I know some people get bunched into feelings, but, you know, at the end of the day, it's a business. That's the truth. It's a business. But instead of you guys going out there spewing your guts, talking negative about everything, like you guys started right before the showcase, you guys started with a negative conversation about, is it going to be day one on Game Pass games, or is it going to be exclusives? That's where basically the negative conversation started, because you guys spewed your guts out with that. And you started to divide the community. Now you guys are saying, okay, this is getting shut down, this is going to end, this is going to happen, this or this. But I have not seen you guys go out there and sit down and talk like I've been doing. I have not seen you guys go out there, sit down and talk and say, okay, look, let's be serious. Even though they're good games, but they're not games that really pulled in people. I cannot believe Senua's Hellblade, after all these years in development, all this money poured in, they came out with a 7-hour long game. and not much of a combat, more of a story, more of this. I mean, why couldn't you guys sit down and say something like that? What's wrong with y'all? Why are you guys so scared to come out and speak the truth, though? But no, you guys got to join the drama. You guys got to cause the drama. You guys got to do all this stuff, you know, and help understand people what's going on out there, what's happening. Because the problem is you all are acting like this is a big Microsoft problem, but it's just not Microsoft. It's everyone out there. Capcom is doing well, thank God. Square Enix has finally come back from being almost bankrupt, thank God. There's Sega has been kicking butt. There's been a lot of companies out there that have been doing fine, but at the same time, there is a lot of companies out there that are doing bad. And you guys are not sitting down and talking about it. You guys are not sitting down and having a conversation with the fans. Or what you guys are doing is causing more drama to get clicks, to get this shit. You're getting emails. You're getting all this crap that you sit there like, huh? Come on, man. I mean, dude, come on. There's a lot of grifters, shitheaded mentally with gaming influencers, the whole shitty group, yeah? Assholes who get irrational hate up for these rumors comply with the hate of what actually happens. And they started with this, though. But the thing is, they want to be the I told you so guys. They want to be the ones who say, see, I told you so. I told you this was going to happen. I told you this is going to end. I told you this is going to be the major thing. There's ways to write critical articles on MS and Xbox without being complete doomers. Exactly. I mean, I always say this: if I gotta be a doomer one day or be critical against Xbox, I will be. But does that mean that I'm against the brand? No. Will I cause a commotion to split the fan base? No, I'm not. When the third-party thing happened with the games, what did I tell you guys all the way? I said, hey, y'all better buckle up your seats because it may happen though. And I got you guys to the point where you guys in your heads understood that hey, this can happen, and if it does, look. Well, it happened. That's it. You guys prepare for it. Instead of me saying out there, no, it's not going to happen. Oh, yeah, it is going to happen. Oh, Project Latitude. Oh, all this stuff. Come on, man. Come on. Hassan, what's up, man? It's been a while. How you doing, man? Louis, one day I will invite you and your family to my wedding. Man, rating, I will listen. You send me the invite. I'll talk, have a conversation, and we will go. Trust me. I was kind of there yesterday. I don't know. Just kind of has to. No one likes to read good news before the gaming wrote about facts. Now it's appealing doom scrollers with optional exactly. Opinionated garbage. That's off 100%. 100%. Speaking of Capcom, 93% of the sales are digital with PC in the main platform. There you go. See, facts. Ready? I will seriously go. I will go. I will sit down. Talk about budgets and go. Find a way to go. 100%. That will be an honor, man, if you invite me, and we'll have a beer and cigars. Also, the Obsidian being closed is all bullshit. Bro, how can you close? And here's the thing, though, and this is where I'm at, though. Let's look at Obsidian. Let's take Obsidian for a chance, though. Look. Obsidian went in there. They threw Grounded. Then after that, they threw in Avowed. Then after that, they threw Grounded 2. Then after that, they threw, what was the other one? Oh, Pentiment. I gotta add a Pentiment in there. That's 4. And then after that, and this is just this gen. Then after that, well, Grounded came out in 2018-19, but okay. But but the full game came out this generation though, the full one. And Outer Worlds 2. Obsidian made 5 fucking games this gen. 5. They went in and made 5 games. 5 Obsidian. Yeah, they're gonna close down that studio when they're a freaking. You see. That's the studio that got picked up and got to work. One did not hit, cool. But they have others that hit. They got into it. How can Obsidian get it right? Then you have Cypher. Cypher had been working for years on, what's it called? Psychonauts 2. So like I said, I'll exclude that. But we got Killed and we got this. That's 2 games. Playground. Forza Motorsport, Forza Horizon 5, Fable that's being delivered next year, and Forza Horizon 6. 4 games. Playground games. 4 games. See what I mean? Senua. 2. 3 announced by now. That's it. That's what I mean, though. So it says here, just as also blind banker hit your damn year obsession of AI. AI comes in myriad of forms and have or prove useful. Listen, bro, I understand the hate for AI. I get it. But they're going to force us to adapt no matter what, because all these companies are investing into that shit. And it's everyone that's investing into it. So the thing is, or we either adapt to it or we just never adapt to it. That's all. But it's going to be there. Even though we hate it, it's going to be there no matter how much we hate it. It's going to sit there. What are we going to do? We're going to be a conspiracy theorist and go out there and we're like on tinfoil hat so AI doesn't read our minds? I mean, I don't know. That's what we got to do, content on that? Shoot. At the end of the day, it's going to come no matter what. Will we see Terminators in the future? Probably. I don't know. Grounded is the last service game doing well. I'm pretty sure it saved them. Listen, but that's the thing though. But here's the thing though, Teneros. Obsidian made 5 games this gen alone. 5 games. 5. Oh, let me give you another time period though. Since they got bought. Hold on a second. When did Obsidian get bought? Obsidian got bought on November 18th. So let me see though. After it got bought by Microsoft. Let's have the total games these guys have made in the past couple of years though. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, it gets better. So here we go. So that 5 games. Total 5 games. So here we go. Let's go back to it. So after they got bought in 2018, so I'm going to discard Outer Worlds because it was already in production. Outer Worlds was already in production. I'll discard that. So they made Grounded, Pentiment, Avowed, The Outer Worlds 2, and they put Grounded 2 out there. 5 games in total, like I said. 5. And that is in the span of Outer Worlds came out in 2019, Grounded came out in 2020, Pentiment 2022, Avowed 2025, Outer Worlds 2 2025, and Grounded 2 in 2025. So if you add those up, that's 6 games in that lifespan. 6 games in that lifespan. So literally, Obsidian is pumping out games 2 years after. 2 or 3 years tops. That's insane. Whew. That's insane. So that's why I sit here, I'm like wondering, like okay, I look at Compulsion though. Compulsion only made We Happy Few and South of Midnight. That's it. That's what Compulsion made. We Happy Few, South of Midnight. We Happy Few, South of Midnight. That's it. And in defense of Double Fine, they made 3 games when you include Psychonauts 2, Kiln, and Keeper. That's 3 games. So, shoot. Come on, man. Tanero says, I'm using AI to build a game right now. And make sure you include Crazy Louie as a character. I won't sue you, but I hope I gets paid. AI is being drained with data from other AI. I never played God of War, really? Well, I mean, it's not that bad. But for me, it was not that bad. I liked it, you know. It's not like, oh, I loved it, that I will go back and replay it. No. It's for me, it's a good game. You know, it's a good game. I'm not telling you to buy it full price. I mean, if you get in a discount, try it out, go for it. I want to sit in to make true console AAA third-person game. No more half measures. But listen, that's what I mean, though. You got that's what you call a development team right there. You got a team there working their butts off, delivering something that in a 5-year span they delivered you 6 games after they got bought. Because look, even though I took Outer Worlds out though, but Outer Worlds came out under Microsoft, that's 2019. After that, they had Grounded. Then after that, they had Pentiment. Then after that, they had Avowed. Then after that, they had Outer Worlds 2. Then and also Grounded 2. So that's 6 total games those guys have released. Even though Grounded 2 is on beta, but it's 6 freaking games. That's what you call development team. Bethesda. Look how everything Bethesda and ZeniMax have delivered. Shoot. Doom. Starfield. Indiana Jones. Help me out, chat. Help me out. There's many games. Even though they did not deliver it, but, you know, it was another team. Elder Scrolls Oblivion, they got remade. That's 4. That's part of Bethesda, though. They give them, you know, the chance to make that game, so that's cool. That's 4. Bring it to me, chat. How many more have they delivered, though? And, of course, you got your Call of Duty that keeps on bringing up every year, though. Look, it can have the worst art. It can fucking be 2-bit, 1-bit, I don't care. But, oh yeah, Redfall. Oh, Redfall. Hi-Fi Rush. I mean, that's ZeniMax Bethesda. I mean, that's ZeniMax, what is it? ZeniMax Bethesda? But they're delivering, though. They're making games. They are. And even though they're not hits, though, but at least they're pumping up the library. They are. But look, like I said, it could be one game that's 1-bit, 2 bits, but at least they're delivering games. They're doing what they have to do. They're not sitting there with their legs up just waiting for Call of Duty to help them out to save them. They're not waiting for that. They're working. And Obsidian is a team that works really well. Even though some games we don't like as much, but shoot, they're working. And that's what you need. People want to get things out. Work, get, deliver. Shoot, why can't developers be that? Kratos is the most insufferable character I've ever played in gaming. I never have I actually hated playing as someone as much before. Why do you hate Kratos though? I mean, I like the fights though, and I like the fights and the things though in the game though, because I mean, yeah. Obsidian makes true triple. Okay, let me see. I never played Halo either. All right, Louis MS don't care about output; they care about making money. Obsidian saving grace is Grounded. Harry, they care. Listen, here's the thing though. Look, you need to understand something. Output brings in money no matter what. That's the thing though. If you got the output on delivering something, because look, out of those games, Avowed didn't do as bad. Avowed did pretty well. Outer Worlds did not do well. We know that. Grounded has done fantastic. Pentiment did not do well. It's cool. But, and the first Grounded did fantastic too. So listen, 3 out of 5 of those games did. 3 out of those. Let me put it into context though. They released 5 games in a 6-year span. 6-year span. They released 5 games. 6-year span. And listen, 2 out of 3 were great, fantastic, and 1 was good, and then 2 were bad. Because what I mean that 2 were, so that makes you 3 games that were actually fantastic, or I mean not 3 games fantastic. 2 games were fantastic, 1 was good, and the 2 of them were bad. That's not a bad output though. That's a good output. It brought in the money though. Well, they said I've brought in some cash, so let me go look for that. Hold on real quick. So look, Avowed, here you go. Avowed had a polarizing reception, but ultimately performed adequately for Microsoft. It drew an estimated 6 million players on Xbox Game Pass in the first month. While actual sales failed to meet inject projections, Microsoft reported being happy with its commercial performance. So, like I said, they were happy about it. And Avowed got hated on. Yep, that's true. Like always, like all the games Microsoft puts out there, they get hated on. That's true. But Avowed did well. Now, it didn't do as well as Grounded. Grounded 2 or Grounded 1. No, but listen. 3 out of 5, though, that's good. That's a good output. Shit, 3 games were... That's good. That's fucking good. It's not bad, though. Now, if you tell me that all 5 games were awful, get them out of here. Out. Out. Get them out. No, get them out of here. Out. Pentiment didn't bring money, neither did Avowed. Well, I mean, when it comes to sales, it didn't bring in the money, but they were happy with the commercial success because it brought in, trust me, it brought in players to Game Pass, and that's what they want. They want people to, to play the game. They want to see you play on it, and the more people they see play on it, they know that's a popular title, so that tells them, hey, let's keep them here because it's going to attract more people to the service. That's what they want. That's the result they want. Because the thing is, media has us in an output that because the game did not sell well, they're in trouble. That's only on PlayStation side. These guys, what they care for, because listen, the game doesn't sell well, at least it got some sales in Game Pass. Let's keep it going. Let's keep growing it. That's their objective. Let's make it grow. And Game Pass brings money for them, as we heard and seen. Of course, Judas swore and listen. They had to. Because Judas, let's go into that one. How many games did Tango Gameworks release before they got that one hit? Let's go talk about it. Evil Within, the first one, did pretty okay when it came down to sales. And this is right before Microsoft picked them up. Evil Within 2 didn't do jack shit. What was the other one they did? Let's keep it going. The next one they did was Ghostwire Tokyo. Didn't do shit either. Hi-Fi Rush, 1 game out of 3 did well. So the output on that was awful. And then after that, you had this dude that left. The lead developer left. Some people have left the studio. So of course, what are they gonna do? They couldn't find a leader to sit there, so they're gonna shut it down. That's the problem with gaming. The whole narrative in gaming is about how well games sell. No one is talking about anything else. Yep, that's the problem. They think sales are like the main thing or about all this stuff. Unless if they're looking for an objective number, then yes, it does matter. But at the end of the day, though, you gotta get people to, to hop in and play the game. You gotta get people to be attracted to your titles. You gotta get people talking about it. And if About got 6 million players in there, that was an attractive title. They probably weren't expecting as much. Gen X Gamer says Tango wasn't a good studio. Those games were niche. Plus the CEO takes the money and ran. Then bought out again. Laughed my ass off. Yep. No one was racist. Who said racist though? I never say racist though. About 2 should tune up combat even more. And rough edges and animation, improve the characters. All right, there you go. See, that's what I was doing. The same. I was going to close out Avowed so I can move on to TOW2. Remember Super Mario 64? Nobody cared how well it sold. They always asked, "Have you found the 128 stars?" That is true. I'm going to compare the sales because I think Avowed did as well as Evil Within 2. I think it did a bit more than Evil Within 2. Evil Within 2 only sold like 300,000 copies. Did not sell at all. And weird. I mean, I've heard that good stuff about Evil Within 2. I haven't played it though, but I heard good stuff. I gotta check it out. I still remember playing Mario 64 for the first time at Toys R Us. That completely mind-blowing. Yep. And that's the thing though. That's something we don't have anymore. We do not have that mind-blowing thing effect right now in video games. The only mind-blowing thing I've seen right now in video games is that they're going back in time and bringing up all these sweet characters that we did not have. That is something that, as a gamer, I'm really amazed by. Like, for example, they brought RoboCop. Oh my god. Even though there are some RoboCop games, but they brought it up to be a very good game. They brought it up to be a very good game. I was amazed by that. Right now we're getting a Hellraiser game coming out pretty soon. We're getting a Halloween game. Finally, there's a Halloween good game coming out. I mean, I hope it's good. I hope Miles doesn't, Miles, you better do something good, Miles, because you know I'm talking right now without playing it. But you know, but past experiences though, I have fun with those games though. So that's something that blew me away. That they're bringing all these characters in there. That's cool. That's the main thing that blew me away. But graphically though, I've been seeing this graphics for quite some time now. I mean, the one mind-blowing game that blew me away with graphics was Forza, when you're driving the car, and while you're driving though on the hood, and that's Forza Horizon 5. I'm telling you, 5 years ago, Forza Horizon 5, where you're driving around the car, and on the hood you see the reflection of the trees, the sky, the sun. I mean, that was pretty cool. That's something I was like, whoa, when it came out of graphics. Evil Within is awesome, both 1 and 2. Yeah, they are awesome, but they did not pull in people to buy it though. For example, Evil Within did not get to the position of a Silent Hill or Resident Evil or something like that. It was just Evil Within. It was just out there. There's lots of games like Evil Within that are good too, but they're just not as popular though, which sucks. Those games are fun. They're fun. They're fun games, but you know, they're just not hits. Evil Without. Maybe all this time is not because, but yeah, that's how it was. Like mind-blowing stuff, we don't get to see that no more. Shoot, I wish we could though. Well, now one thing that would like wow me is if they actually can get down with the I always talk about this, like what the characters in the game can do, what the not you, but the bad guys though, what they can do, like they can change tactics and stuff like that, you know. Third-person games is MS weakness. Takes talent to make animations, etc. in a timely manner. I don't think that's a weakness though, because I mean they got Gears of War and it's a third-person game, and look at Gears of War though, it's fantastic. I'm about to turn on my PC. Oh, God help me. These things are not built for a very long time. Well, software, you got to give it maintenance. Remember that. You want it to last long? Give it maintenance. In the next month, not this month, in the next month, I got to call my PC guy to come in here and do some maintenance to my PC. You got to get the maintenance in. I don't think they're going to do that. Because, I mean, if that title did not sell... I mean, look, if the franchise itself did not even top 2 or 3 million copies, they're not going to do that. It's not a game that attracts, though. Gears 1, one game. Gears 1. Gears 2 was great. Gears 3 was great. Gears 4, even though we did not like the robots and anything, but still, the gameplay was still great. And Gears 5, no matter what, the gameplay was still great. Besides being semi-open world, it was still great. I mean, they really did a good job. And look at this one, though. Now with E-Day, the characters are sliding, they're jumping, they're going everywhere. 7 years to make E-Day. Yeah, it took them a while. It took them a while, but yeah. That's how it is. So, chat. Guess what? Listen up. The crazy ones got to go. Chat, I got to go. My chat, the crazy ones got to go. I got to go. I got to go. Yeah, I got several things I want to do. And yeah, got a busy day ahead of me. I got to take my bicycle to maintenance and other stuff I got to do today. I got to run to the office, go get a chainsaw that they need out here. So yes, I got things I got to do, chat. I'm just way busy today with the rest of the stuff I got to do. But chat, like always, before I go, tell me what you've all been playing. What you all been playing, chat? What you've all been playing, my friends. What you've all been playing, chat. I haven't sat down and played games this day. Last night I went to the new Lego show and we sat up to like 11:30. So after that, I just prepared the show and went to bed. I hope that tonight I can sit down and play some games. Let's see, and I'll be playing Forza. Because, you know, I'm waiting for that Doom game, the Doom DLC to come out so I can purchase it and start playing it, which is coming out soon. Yes. Let me see, though. Evil Within 2 all-time peak was... let me go look at that. Let me go look at Evil Within sales. It says here... Oh, this was physical copies. All right. Oh, Okay, at least it did better though. But lifetime sales was at roughly 1 to 2 million copies across all platforms. So yeah. The sequel struggled at launch, selling less than a quarter of the original. The Evil Within achieved at the same time frame its lifetime goal remains significantly lower than its predecessor, 4 million plus copies. Okay, you're right. Maybe they can bring it up then. All right, cool. They can probably bring it up. Pokemon and Mario would party with my son. Sweet. Mario Party's the best game though. I gotta say though, when it comes down to family though, Mario Party's the best game. That's why I got a Nintendo Switch, just to play Mario Party with my family. It's so much fun. You just enjoy it. They really did a good job with that game. Since the Nintendo 64 has been one of my favorite fun family games of all time. They really did a good job with that one. How do you play games? Do you play Console Warrior? The Coalition is MS Best 2 to third-person games, and it still looks 7 years. Will take approximately 15 years to make E-Day laugh out loud. Well, but remember, one thing they did though, they XNS the Gears of War 5. They've also made Reloaded, so yeah. On Steam though, it hit 1 million on Steam. Pokemon and Mario Party with my son. All right, let's see though. I play games: Gears, Tomb Raider, Mafia, RDR2, Hitman, etc. Nice. UE5 was ready for E-Day to release earlier. If it was a UE4 game, it probably would have released 2 years or 3 years ago. Yep, that probably would have been it though. Coalition also made that Matrix demo, so the full studio was not even working on either the whole time. Yep. To be fair, being a console warrior is a game. Yep, it's a fun game. Unless they get personal like they did last night on the Legal Show, where they literally, the dude, I'm not kidding you, chat, the dude gave the address to his home and told Legal to come to his place because he's 6'1" and he had a bat. That's how far the fanboys went last night. And I told Legal, make me a moderator on the show, and I booted that fan out, or not that Sony fanboy. I had to boot him out because he went nuts. I can't believe you went to a show and threatened the person that's on the show because you're mad. You're mad because of what Sony did. You're furious. Instead of being mad at Sony, you come down to an Xbox student and be mad at them and threaten them. Wow, that's sad. Look at all Final Fantasy VII remakes. All of them are UE4. Sweet. I wish Travis we'll go back to 2001 graphics. Those was good enough and get games out in 1 or 2 years. You bet they went back to that right now, they would release a game probably a week. Because that technology is so advanced, they're probably releasing it in a week though. It wouldn't take that long though. Unless, you know, they gotta add dialogue and stuff like that, then, you know, yeah. It wouldn't be that long though. Oh, man. Got a busy day ahead of me today. Wow. So much to do, man. So much to do. Oh, my God. I'm tired, chat. Oof. What a day it's been. It's been a day. It's been a day. Been a morning, too. Did no one take that pony off on his offer? No, but we know the address though. We got it written down. To go beat him up. Can you believe? So I said, do you actually think a guy that probably has a family or not, we don't know, that probably has all this, is going to take his time to go to see you just for you to swing a bat at him? What's wrong with you? That's what I said though. You know what, Louis, at this point, Shuhei just responds more than Sony themselves. Listen, Sony's going to stay quiet till next week, chat. They're going to stay quiet. They're probably going to post another thing. They're going to stay quiet. They're not going to listen to the fanboy stuff because, again, these guys think that with 5,000, 6,000, 7,000 gamers that are mad or that are furious because, I mean, look, let's go look at the Twitter right now. Let's go look at the Twitter right now. Yeah, he just gave the address where he was at, but he's never. But the funny thing is, we Googled it, and it's surrounded by a couple buildings. So we don't know if it's building or houses. We don't even know. We were just laughing. We're like, whoa, that's way too far though. So let me go to Twitter real quick and let me go to the PlayStation block thing. I want to check something out. See if I can find that PlayStation. Here it is. Okay, there we go. Let me see where I can find this. So this tweet has got 59K, 87 million views. All right. So people are saying FF this. So listen, do you think with 59K tweets, 59,000 tweets, right? Do you think with 59,000 tweets, Sony's gonna switch around? I mean, nah, man, listen. Here's the thing, though. You guys want to come visit me? You're welcome. I got no problem. You can be a Sony fanboy. I got no problem. But if you're going to be aggressive towards me, I ain't putting my fist up. No. I ain't putting my fist up. I'm just going to do what Indiana Jones did. That's it. That's all I'm going to do. Y'all remember that Indiana Jones movie when the guy with the sword comes out? It's like, you don't swing that sword. You know what he did, though. That's all I'm going to do. So you're going to waste your time. You're going to come fight me. That's all I got to say, though. That's all I got to say about that. Yeah, come on down over, man. We'll have a beer. I'm always happy to have beer with people. You know, sit down, have a conversation. If you don't drink beer, it's cool. We'll have juice. I don't care. Just have a fun conversation, you know. I'm being serious. That's what I would do, though. That's what I do. No joke. Why am I gonna put my fist up? Why am I gonna grab a bag? Why am I? No. I got what I have, though. I'm just gonna go. Boop. That's it. Bye bye. Have a good day. And deal with the process on why it happened, all that shit, and that's it. That's all I'm gonna do. Period. I don't fight people. Too old for that stuff. Even though I know judo and I'm an expert at judo, even though I know all that stuff. Why am I gonna hurt myself? Nah, fuck that. Too old for that stuff. Bones at this day and age, you know, takes a while to heal. No way. No. That's me though. But if you're here, man, we'll have a cigar, have a good conversation though. Rin, show me around the Don tour spot. I bet you're a hoop for real. I'm a cool guy, you know. I'm seriously, you know. I met Danny Pena. I met Dark. I met these guys from Midweek Mix-Up. I met Pachu. I met Parent Pluck. I already know Irwin because Irwin works in what's it called? He works in a company that sells seeds. So every time, you know, when we take a trip to Germany, you know, he's there. So I talk to Irwin. I know a lot of these dudes personally, though, when it comes to the gaming stuff. You know, it's always fun. When I go to Facebook, I realize how Candy Crush still is so many fans of it. Oh, man, that's addicting as hell. But, yeah, you know, I met several people, though. So, yeah. It's been fun. Vic the Click. We had a good, fun time, me and Vic the Click. Yeah. I met people out here. You know, it's fun. Fun times. So chat, like always, thank you all for hanging out with me today. Thank you all for super chats. Thank you all for memberships. You guys rock. You guys are awesome. Remember, members, we're going to have a membership show because we got to sit down and talk about something because YouTube is trying to force me to something. And I want to stabilize that because I don't want to be abusive. I want to be, like always, honest, you know, having things good so we can make a decision that doesn't affect anyone or anything. I don't know why YouTube is trying to push me to increase the prices. I don't get it. But we got to sit down and got to figure that out. When I go to Facebook, realize how much... Okay, I read that. But again, chat, thank you for hanging out with me today. Thank you for memberships. Thank you for super chats. You guys rock. You guys are awesome. I do love you guys. That's seriously, chat. You guys are the best. Hands down, the best. So chat, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, also hit that bell so it can tell you when XBI content comes on. And guys, have a beautiful and do mean a beautiful and awesome Thursday. And as always, I will see you guys on the Xbox International Podcast when we do come back at 7 p.m. ET with Sourblow, the Big Plume, and Cypher. And on Fridays, invite me to Don't Expand Español with Elvis, Aliencita, and Metal Berserker. And last but not least, good morning with Crazy Little Gaming when I send this signal out over there on Twitter X, Blue Sky, Discord, and YouTube. And that's why you gotta hit that bell so you can know when the crazy one comes on, talk about what's happening in the gaming news world. Chats, have a beautiful day, and I will see you guys tomorrow morning on Good Morning with Crazy Little Gaming. Bye, y'all. Have an awesome one.